Hello, everyone. Before we get started on this week's episode, just a quick word that YouTube, in all its infinite wisdom, has decided that some of the Die Party games are now not suitable for advertising. It doesn't mean a whole lot for the content. I'm not going to censor the videos in any way, but if you'd like to lend your support so that Die Party can continue to grow, please check out the Patreon or subscribe on the Twitch channel. Enjoy the episode. Hello, everybody. Welcome, one and all, to the very first episode of Die Party Surge, a weekly Shadowrun Anarchy role-playing experience right here on Twitch. Now, I bet you're all wondering, Shadowrun? I know that. I know Shadowrun. But what's this Anarchy part? Well, we'll go into that in just a moment. I want to introduce all of my... what's plural of Shadowrun? Is it Shadowrunners?
Shadowrunners.
Shadowrunners. Yeah.
Shadowrunners?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
That's how English works.
You add an S to it, and
Yeah. So
Makes it plural.
it's a pretty good guess. I mean,
okay. Sass tonight. Let's start with Mr. Eugene. What up, sir? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Absolutely nothing has changed in my life since last night, when the people on the live stream saw me last. For you people on YouTube, everything has changed. The world is ruined. Elves and orks are everywhere. Do not go outside. Unless you are an elf, in which case, please go outside, find the nearest traffic, and jump into it.
Okay. So where can people find you, Mr. Eugene, since this is the first episode?
Yeah, you can find me at twitch.tv/Ujune, or on Twitter at DSUjune, and at YouTube by searching Ujune and finding me magically somehow, because branding is awful.
It is. It is awful. Great. Perfect. Let's go to Mr. Spooty. My man, what up? How you doing? Good to see you again.
What's happening?
What's happening? Welcome back.
You can find me here on Henley's channel because
Literally
I'm his
every
bitch, and he shoves me into the places where he needs me.
That's right. Yeah. Until you get called away to save the world once again. And
My world-saving days are over. I think I'm settling down.
Nice. Cool. So, I mean, have you started streaming yet?
Yeah, I mean, I've been streaming off and on for a little while now, but I'm slowly buying piecemeal parts to a PC that I will build, which I've never done before, so I'm kind of excited to do that.
Yeah,
And
it
then,
only
once-
takes one time to fuck it up, then you just like, right, well, I'm never doing that again.
Never gonna do that again.
Ground
So-
yourself.
I'm looking forward to breaking expensive pieces of electronics.
Ground yourself. They make a bracelet. You tie to the floor. It looks ridiculously goofy. Do it. Trust me.
I used to have to wear one of those when I worked on airplanes. I did a lot of electrical work, so I know all about ESD, baby.
Yeah.
Electrostatic discharge for the uninformed.
Ooh, maybe we should call that this show, because someone's about to discharge all over this bitch, and his name is James C.UK.
Thanks. Hi, I'm James UK. You probably saw me last night. Just over 24 hours ago. Still my birthday in America, so still my birthday. I'm gonna go with it and run with it. Yeah, you can see me at James UK. Sorry, I messed that up straight away. Sorry, exceptionally tired, so you have to forgive me.
It's all good. It's all good.
You can find me at twitch.tv/James UK playing RPGs and ball games and getting horrendously drunk on Saturday.
Fuck yeah, man. Drunk men. I like it. Speaking about being drunk, or having the perpetual look of always being drunk, let's talk about our next guest, Mr. Doc Gast. What up, sir? How you doing?
I'm not drunk.
What? I can quit anytime I want.
Yeah. I mean, no, I can't, but I'm not drunk.
I have a serious problem. Don't make jokes about it.
Yeah, it's not even funny.
Hmm.
Yeah, not much. I've been playing video games. No, these aren't video games, are they? These are role-playing games.
These are real life.
Yeah. This is real. You
Mm-hmm.
die in the game.
We're
you die
using
in life.
video to express it.
Well, I mean, it's a tabletop. No, I'm just gonna call it a role-playing game.
Nice, do it. It's so you have an interesting story. The moment I was like, I don't know, I guess we'll replace polyrhythm with Shadowrun, and you're just like, the sound of you gagging as you fucking rush
you were
to
like,
the front
I
door.
don't know what to do. You said something like, I don't know what to replace it with yet. And I was like, Shadowrun.
So
I've wanted to play a Shadowrun game for a long time.
Excellent.
It's just a great setting.
Yeah, and we'll go into the setting in just a little bit so that everyone can get caught up here. But the last person I need to introduce is I don't know if you know this, Prylor, but I sent you a hashtag boyfriend day tweet. I don't know if you got it because you were apparently my new boyfriend. So
apparently, yeah. I don't know how Kay was gonna think about that.
oh, well, she
I
doesn't
may
have to
she
know.
have some. Yeah. Well, you just put it on Twitter, so.
Oh,
Anyway.
she liked it.
Yeah.
She liked it. She hearted that shit, man. Like,
Yeah. She's been hounding me. She's like, "Do you really like to like take it up the butt and wear dresses and all that?" And I'm just like, "No, sweetheart, he's kidding." So yeah, thanks,
and
Emily.
then on the side, he's just like, call me. And I'm like,
It's high heels, man.
It's high
Not
heels.
dresses.
High heels, lipstick only.
Exactly.
Speed run.
Nothing else. Yeah, but you can find me at Pryler on Twitch and Pryler_TV on Twitter. I play video games and I jump on other people's channels and host them when I get the chance because I love to play some tabletop. So yeah, that's me. Give me
Fuck.
follows.
Yeah, give me that follow.
Give me follows. Give me follows. Give me subs. I love you all.
Nice. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are playing Shadowrun. Now, Shadowrun, for the uninformed, is like, I don't know if Dungeons and Dragons and Cyberpunk like crashed their cars and they were both holding there was a guy holding a jar of fantasy and a guy had like a stick of Cyberpunk and they smushed together and then a cop came past and tasted it.
And another guy had a jar of D6.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and he tasted it and it was Shadowrun. I was gonna make a sex joke there, but it doesn't work just as well as peanut butter and chocolate. So anyway, it is what it is. It's a mixture. It's a hybrid, and it spawned so much lore, so much stuff. Basically, imagine a world where there was fantasy and magic, and then it went away, and then a couple years later, like hundreds of thousands of years later, babies start being born in elf form and dwarf form, and it's like, oh man, what the fuck? Then a couple years later, after that, adults start turning into orcs and trolls and shit, and everyone's like, oh man, what's up with that? And then magic comes along again, and everyone's like, oh man, what's up with that? And then they make cyberpunk internet, and then there's like, yeah, fucking VR. And then fucking Halley's Comet comes past and fucks shit up again. People turn into animals, and everyone's like, man, what's up with that? So, it's cyberpunk, and it's fantasy, and it's fucking weird. There is a Will Smith movie coming out on Netflix pretty soon called Bright, which looks to be basically Shadowrun
Totally
the
not
movie.
Shadowrun.
Yeah.
It's not Shadowrun, but if you were to watch it, you would think, hey, this is an awful lot like Shadowrun.
Yeah. So, shout out to Will Smith. Finally appeared on Die Party. So thanks, dude. But yeah, it's an interesting system. Now, if you've ever seen my Night City playthrough, run or show, it's very much in line with that. The actual standard mechanics of Shadowrun is very complicated, very grindy. They simulate a lot of things. They simulate bullets. They simulate how to connect to a remote control a drone that fires a minigun into a room filled with cornflakes and cereal.
Babies.
And children. Exactly. And how to simulate all that. What we're playing today is the same world, so the same bullshit that's in there, except without the need to elaborate on the mechanics too much. We're playing a narrative version of it. This is the Anarchy system. And it has been approved by, the developers of Shadowrun, so it is a part of the system. And there is a little bit of grind to it. Having said that, it is more focused on telling cool stories and explosions and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to build some characters in that. But before we get started, I'm going to read out a little bit of history so that my players and the audience can know exactly where we are in the Shadowrun lore, mythos, what have you, and what you need to know in order to play. So the year is 2073. So 2073. Not that far off, but I haven't seen any elves yet, so maybe we're not in the same timeline. This takes place in Denver. So the game will be in Denver, Colorado. It's Colorado, right? That's where Denver is? Okay, yeah, just making sure. So basically, I'm going to read a chunk of text here that I wrote. So after the assassination of the United Canadian and American States, let's that just sink in for a little bit. The United Canadian and American States, new and first dragon president, Dunkazan, right? The dragon was assassinated. He was only in power, he was only the president for 10.5 hours before he was assassinated, right? All keeping up so far? Okay, good. Yep, gotcha. Good.
Brief note for the audience. Just like in every other system, dragons are incredibly difficult to kill.
Yes, and they are actually dragons.
There are actual dragons in Shadowrun that have been alive for millions of years.
Yep. An astral... the dragon was killed with, magic. And an astral rift, like a giant portal, basically, remained dormant at the site of the assassination for 5 years. Basically, the thing that changed was the reemergence of Halley's Comet came into close proximity to Earth, and did a flyby, drive-by, what have you, and sprinkled some plot dust on the planet, and it basically changed the genos of the world. People are calling it, it initiated a sudden, unexplained, recessive genetic expression within metahumans, aka the Surge, hence the name of the game. It developed within metahumans, which are, your orks, your trolls, all that sort of stuff, and normal people, aka humans, alike, awakening animal-like characteristics. So basically like cat eyes, ears, that sort of thing, right? So you can be a troll with kawaii cat ears if you wanted to be. With this change in people, emerges Ghostwalker, a white and blue tinted scaled dragon who emerged from the rift left behind in the president's assassination. He quickly becomes the tyrant of Denver, aka he sits on the top of it and rules all the megacorporations and cities within it.
What was his name again?
Ghostwalker.
Ghostwalker.
Mm-hmm. And that's where we're up to right now in the world and the mythos of Shadowrun. In terms of the political landscape, it's kind of interesting because let me just pull up this page here real quickly. Denver is separated into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. It's separated into 5 states. Basically, Denver sits right smack in the middle of 5 new countries within the former United States and now the former United Canadian American States. So it's basically just like a collection of countries coming together at one point. And Denver is right in the middle. So it's basically a boiling pot of different countries coming together. The countries that are in this land are the United Canadian and American States, the Confederation of American States, old America, basically. The Pueblo Corporate Council. They're basically like, I don't know what they are actually, to be honest with you.
Probably Southwest? Pueblo, right?
Pueblo, yeah. They're like, I'll need to do a little bit more research on that, but we won't go too much into that right now. And the Sioux Nation. And the Sioux Nation are Native Americans, basically.
Sioux
Nation.
Sioux.
Just Sioux?
It's Sue, like
it's pronounced
the girl's
Sue.
name.
The X is silent.
Oh, then why the fuck they put it in there? Anyway, Sioux Nation, because they're going to sue you. And these are the 5 countries that sort of collide into the middle of Denver. On top of that, there are like multiple megacorporations. The biggest one is the Ares Macro Technologies. Ares Macro Technology, which is basically like, a corporation. Corporations basically do everything, right? So just imagine a tower filled with power and everything in it, and you basically get a mega corporation. That's the biggest one in there. And yeah, that's pretty much the plot layout for what's going on. It's pretty dense, I get that, but a lot of it doesn't matter, because what does matter is that you are a bunch of pieces of shit, and you have to make your existence in this world. You're going to be starting basically in the United Canadian American State territory of Denver, and you're going to basically be a part of, stepping away from, or looking to get into gangs, but then you fell into the Shadowrun life instead. You're going to be around that shit-kicking level, basically. So, yeah. That's pretty much how it goes. So we're going to make some characters now. I've given everyone a character sheet, so if you guys want to open that up, that'd be fantastic, and we could get started here. If anyone in chat has any questions, let me know, because it is a bit dense, and I'll do my best to get through it all. So in Shadowrun Anarchy, there is 5 attributes that we can pick from, and the ceilings of those attributes come from what type of meta humanity these guys pick from. So human. What was the other one? Human, elf, dwarf, orc, and troll. These are the 5 races that you can pick from, aka the meta types. So the first thing that we're going to do is everyone, we're going to be starting at the gang level game, which means that you have currently 12 attribute points to put anywhere into your character sheet. So they start at 1, and you can't go less than 1. So you've already spent 5 of those 12, essentially, right? So you have 7 points to distribute however you please.
Well, we've spent, I see 6, so we spent 6.
Edge doesn't count.
Edge doesn't count.
Stat.
Yeah, it only goes down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So why don't we start with picking a meta type first? So who wants to be what exactly? Because meta type also adds attributes and changes them slightly.
I would
Troll.
like to be. Oh,
Troll?
go ahead, Doc.
Okay. So Troll gives you 2 strength. It gives you 3 additional armor circles, but it gives you -1 skill point. So your ceiling are as follows. Strength, you can put to 10. Agility, you can put to 5. Willpower is 6. Logic is 5. And charisma is 4. So that's the ceilings that you can get to. Your skill points total that you have right now, you have 10 skill points. You actually have 9 because you picked Troll. So,
Yep.
Okay. Eugene, which one would you like to be?
I would like to be an orc.
An orc. Interesting. So you get. Oh, you also Doc, you get 2 extra strength, by the way. So put 2 strength in there now. So you should be at 3 strength by.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Orc gets 2 strength. And your maximums are as follows. Strength 8, agility 6, willpower 6, logic 5, and charisma 5. All right. Who wants to go next?
I can go.
Yep. What do you want?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a dwarf.
Hell yeah, my man. All right. So dwarf, you get 1 strength and 1 willpower. So both of those should be at 2 by now.
Okay.
Your maximums are as follows: 8 strength, 6 agility, 7 willpower, 6 logic, and 6 charisma.
Okay.
All right, 2 more left.
So now, but I still have 10 points to put
yes,
in?
that's.
Okay.
We'll go over that in a minute. So don't worry
Okay,
about that
okay.
too much. Yeah.
All right.
Elf.
Oh damn. Okay, we're gonna have 1 of each maybe, or maybe not. Maybe James might pick something else. Okay, so you get 1 agility and 1 charisma. So your ceiling is as follows: 6 strength, 7 agility, 6 willpower, 6 logic, and 8 charisma.
Well, we're all gonna love Prylor.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna give him that troll orc love. Make him a sandwich.
Yeah, he's gonna be the
Throw me in front of traffic. Apparently, that's the thing you do.
Oh, most assuredly.
Yeah. It's also worth pointing out too that orcs and trolls are probably the most hated race.
Goblinization.
Yeah. Trolls specifically are probably the most out of everyone. So you'll probably get a lot of pushback, but the way that you push back their pushback is by
Pushing.
Being 9 foot tall and 400 pounds.
Exactly. There you go. So James, which race would you like to be, my man?
I was going to be an elf, so I'm going to be an elf.
All right. Same deal. 1 agility,
Nice.
1 charisma. Do you need to know the maximums, or did you listen before?
I listened before. I can even just...
Yeah. Okay, cool. Perfect. So we've got a troll, an orc, a dwarf, and 2 elves. Fuck humans. All right. So humans are the most boring.
The only thing good about humans is that they've got good average stats across everything. And they're stupid and nobody likes them.
Well, they get an additional edge and they get an additional skill point. That's
They're stupid and nobody likes them.
Hashtag humans are stupid.
Hashtag humans are stupid. There's a reason why we're evolving into elves and trolls. Okay, so now we need to determine if anyone here is awakened or emerged. Awakened means that you can cast magic. In its most generic form, you can control the mana around you or you have control of the spirit within you, whichever way you prefer it to be. Emerged means that you can connect to the matrix, aka the internet, remotely with your mind and control drones and shit like that without using too much hassle. You can't be both, and picking one means that you actually deduct 2 amp points that you start with, and amps are how you create custom things in this game, like how you make spells or how you make cybernetics for your body and stuff like that.
I'll be awakened.
Oh, so we got a fucking mage up in this bitch. So you're gonna be a elf mage?
Yeah.
All right.
I actually will also be awakened.
Ooh, I like it.
I will also be... No, I won't.
So up the very top of your sheet, gentlemen, there is a checkbox. It says emerge and awaken. So just check awakened, and we'll go over that. And for your math keeping, everyone starts with 6 shadow amp points. You 2 will start with 4.
Where do they get written down?
We'll spend them in character creation, and if you don't spend them, you'll
cool.
get other stuff. So, but just so you understand how many points you have going forward. Anyone want to be awakened or emerged from the other gurus? No.
I'll be emerged.
Interesting.
James, didn't you want to do a thing
I'm a
that maybe involves
decker.
tech?
It doesn't.
He uses wires, not.
Yeah, I want to go plug
Gotcha,
straight.
gotcha.
He wants to go
deck
old
it.
school. Yeah.
Old
Gotcha.
school, yes, that's what I want.
With the board and everything.
Okay.
Yep.
He's got no plugs.
So if you're not emerged, you can't access the extras solely with the power of your mind, meaning you don't have the access to technomancer abilities. So that's good. So again, up the top, make sure you check emerged and remove, and you'll start with 4 points instead of 6. So
4 points. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anyone else? That's it?
What are those points called again?
They're called AMP points.
AMP?
Yes.
AMP?
AMP, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So let's assign our attribute points then. So everyone has everyone will start with 12. So if you've added bases now, you start with I just want to make sure, does it include, it might just include the base level ones.
I mean, you can't go below 1.
Yeah. So I think
know.
it'll take 5 away from the top. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, but let me just really quickly just read that. Because
Yeah, so like I couldn't drop down one of my charisma just because I have a mod in it for a +1, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, yes. So all characters begin with attributes set at 1. Okay, so you just have 12 to distribute now. So you're not going to be adding, you're not taking away 5 and then adding, yeah. So you just.
All right, so we have 12 to add to whatever our base currently is, and
That's
the base includes our racial bonus.
That's
correct?
right. Yes.
Okay.
And it's 1 for 1. So.
Oh shit! It's 12. I thought it was 10. Okay.
No, that's your amps are going down. So yeah. But yeah, your attributes won't change. So you get all these points. So it's worth pointing out that depending on what you want to do, right? For example, you're awakened. What are you trying to? You're emerged, Brian. So what are you thinking your character's going to be?
So I like the idea of the street samurai. Basically like the fighter types. I mean, he's a dwarf. He's stout.
So why did you pick him emerged?
Well, because he's also good with his head.
Okay.
Right?
So
does that make sense?
Emerge means that you can project yourself into the matrix, basically. And when you're in the matrix, think of it like a grid runner sort of thing. You've played has anyone played the Shadowrun games?
Mm-hmm.
It's when you go inside the computer and you have your avatar in there, and you basically run.
You can get in there without decking.
It's basically a decker uses wires and a deck to log into the matrix. You do it magically.
So this is let me read this off.
So is that not a good idea to be a fighter then? Or I mean,
you can.
Let
That's
me
one of the things with Shadowrun. You can.
Yeah, you can just be whatever. So let me read off the actual terminology here. So technomancers are metahumans that have expressed the ability to affect computers directly without terminals or intermediate devices of their own as an act of will. There are many parallels between technomancer's ability and magical abilities expressed by the awakens. Much as the awakened mages summon spirits and cast spells, technomancers compile sprites and execute complex forms. Despite these similarities, technomancer's abilities is not compatible with other forms of awakening. So basically, you can create if you need to take so basically imagine yourself, if you want to take and be an emerged samurai, you take the fight to both the matrix level and to the street level. So you can fight in both real space and meat space.
Right, and I'm assuming so in the sort of technomancer skills, that's a function of willpower mostly.
Let me just double check that for you, but I do believe it is a function of your. I imagine your stuff is going to be split between willpower and strength in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
But I can, and let's actually go through the attributes here.
Because I feel like as I'm assigning my points, I already have a little buff to strength and willpower as it is. So
yeah,
that's kind of why I'm going that way.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the actual breakdown of this stuff real quick. so we can get a basic idea of, because they don't put it in the character stuff here. So I'm trying to find like the actual written analogy of this stuff, because a lot of this game is us just being like, well, I have this willpower. I want to be able to affect my will onto these things. So let's see here. Okay, matrix rules, technomancers. Okay. Okay, so basically you get the following things. Complex forms. Technomancers have no cyberdecks to hold programs. Instead, they possess complex forms, shadow amps that replicate the effects of certain cyberdeck programs. These are applied in matrix-related tests and cyber combat, just like standard shadow amps. You get cyber combat defense. Technomancers have hardware that to rely in cyber combat. Have no hardware to rely on cyber combat, so they roll logic against the attacker's dice when defending in cyber combat. Matrix damage, use their bare brains with no buffer against the malignant computer code. Damage a technomancer suffers in cyber combat is applied directly to the appropriate track in the character's condition monitor, regardless of AR or VR. That's like real space or fake space. Any shadow amps that reduce cyber combat damage can be used to lower the damage received. And sprites. So you can, the constantly flowing data streams also have given rise to strange virtual entities known as sprites. Only technomancers can use the hacking skill to compile sprites from resonance. The energy stream throughout the matrix. Deckers cannot compile sprites. So a hacking roll is basically like a skill, essentially. So you get skills and amps, and you can just say, I want to have the hacking skill, and you will have the ability. So basically, you're going to have to swap between, you're going to have dice for hacking, and you're going to have dice for also doing damage and stuff like that as well. So specifically speaking, you're going to be spread across two fronts.
Right.
And that's going to be hard to like build up to, but I think you'll probably do it.
Yeah.
So the problem with this, like for example, you could just start as the ability to be emerged, but not focus too much on it until you've built up your street samurai stuff.
Right. So that's what I'm thinking. Like maybe sort of the arc that I'm going with is sort of a street tough that emerges into.
Okay. So,
right.
Yeah, street tough that emerges into it, yeah. So, let me go through the skill list real quick so you guys can get an idea. Basically, so strength is not linked to any skills. This attribute determines the physical track on the condition monitor, so basically how much health you have. And it increases the damage of close combat actions. Agility affects athletics, close combat, projectile weapons, firearms, heavy weapons, vehicle weapons, stealth, piloting, ground and other, and escape artist. Willpower is conjuring, sorcery, astral combat, survival, and close combat when attacking with spirits. So I guess, Prior, you're going to be focused mostly on willpower since you're going to be an actual mage, as well as maybe you as well, Eugene. Logic is biotech, which is like first aid, medicine, cyber tech, hacking, electronics, engineering, tasking, tracking, and knowledge skills like languages and stuff like that. Charisma is con, intimidation, negotiation, and disguise. So that's basically your attributes literally add additional dice to skills. And those skills are represented by simply the skills of this list. So if you want to be good at guns, then you want to put points into agility. If you want to be tanky as fuck, you put points into strength. If you want to be good at hacking, you put points into logic. That's pretty much how the breakdown goes. So with your 12 points, you can cover a lot. But remember, you do have your soft limits that you can't go to. And if you guys want to get the actual information and read it over yourself, it's on page 32 of the book.
Is that PDF page or actual
PDF page as well. It's 1-for-1. So
Should we tell each other what our stats are or no?
I mean, you can. Let's actually. Have you got yours written down, Eugene?
I've got my stats ready to go.
All right, let's hear them. What do you got?
Sure. I got 6 into strength,
Nice.
2 in agility, 6 into willpower, 2 into logic, and 3 into charisma.
So you dumped a lot into strength.
I did.
So how much willpower do you have?
6, which is my cap.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And what was your max strength? 6?
My max strength is 8.
But you've got 6 in there right now, yeah?
Correct.
Cool. All right. So you've maxed out your willpower. That's kind of cool.
I did indeed max out my willpower. I will be summoning spirits.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice. So just so I don't fuck this up, because I usually this is usually where I fuck up in character creation.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I have, in addition to the ability points that I already have, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1.
Mm-hmm.
I have 12 more points to add.
1 for 1.
What?
Yes, you have 12 more points to
Okay,
add.
thank you. All right, yeah, that was clearer than 1 for 1. I don't know what that means. All right,
Like
that's it.
means
1
it doesn't
point is
scale.
one thing. So it's not like
I mean, it's not like it's 1 till you get to 4, and then 2 more points.
Oh,
to heal up.
yeah. Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
no worries. Anyone else got their points set?
Sure.
All right. What do you got? You're the troll, yeah. So
Yeah. So I've got 4 into strength, 5 into agility, 3 in willpower, 5 in logic, and 2 in charisma.
wow, I did not expect you to have maxed out logic. That's kind of interesting. You're a smart boy.
For a troll.
Yeah.
You're a very smart troll.
Well, I mean,
smarter than me.
Yes.
Yeah, there's only one, like, all the other races only get 1 extra logic above you, so you can't be that much more stupider than, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not dumb at all.
Yeah, it's the,
Yeah,
it's
like,
the nice
that's
thing I like
very
about
smart.
Shadowrun is it doesn't make orcs and trolls just like the butt of every dumbass joke. Like, they can be above or even brilliant level intelligence.
And why are you putting so much points into logic? I'm curious.
Electronics and machinery both use logics,
Cool.
which
All right.
is I'm going to be the fix it guy. So
Hell yeah. Nice, I like it. Who else is ready?
Would it be bad not to put anything into logic?
No.
All right. So I think I'm going to go with 4 to strength, 3 to agility, which puts it to 4 total because of my mod. Willpower 6, logic 1, and charisma 3, which will be 4.
Did you spend all your points?
I believe so.
What was your
Unless
highest?
I did.
one? So you just
Willpower was 6.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And that
And-
started at 1 for you, right?
Yeah.
And then you basically you averaged out the rest of the stuff. So,
Yeah, except for logic.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're gonna be a very dumb fucking mage. Very dumb mage. All right.
Not logical.
So 1 is extraordinarily low.
Yes.
For reference, a dog has 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like fucking, like
You're gonna be
Okay,
a good
maybe I don't
boy.
want to do that.
You're gonna be a good boy.
I can just imagine you fucking like getting confused by going through a fucking like automatic opening door. You know, like
Okay, I'm going to switch that around
like
so it's not.
one
like
is
that.
one to me is like Dumber and Dumber style, right? Like
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah. Hey, you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
What counts
No!
as average intelligence in the logic?
2, I guess.
2?
Yeah.
All right, then I'm fine with 2.
Yeah, I'll put it to 2.
Okay.
And
What
drop strength.
Strength is like how you get to certain things.
And how you stay alive.
Yeah. So
It's meat points.
it's meat points.
It's meat points.
Okay, listen. You drop strength is a dump stat, Prylor. You take all the points out of strength, and we're going to put you up front.
Hell yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna make it easier for you to throw me in front of the cars.
Yeah, if you would lower your strength stat a little bit, that would be very helpful.
20 intelligence and 3 wisdom. Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so Brian, what do you think you're putting your stats, my man?
Yeah, so I've got strength 7,
Oh, okay, nice.
agility 3.
Okay, so just so you know, so agility is also like close combat. Like agility has close combat skill in it.
Okay.
So if you want to actually use like swords and shit, it might be worth putting more points into agility.
Let me go 6 strength, 4 agility. How does that sound?
Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah, because you basically you add your skill, you add your ability, and you roll those dice, right? So the more dice you have, like the way that the system works, so everyone is aware, you're rolling d6s, and only 5 and 6s count as a success. And I'm going to be rolling opposing dice. So
it's kind of like a mix between Fate and World of Darkness.
Kind of, except the difficulty comes from me rolling dice. I would say it's more in line with, say, Star Wars than it is.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've played that Edge of the Empire shiz. Okay.
Yeah, it's more in line with that than anything. So.
Okay, so I got strength 6, agility 4, willpower 3, logic 4, and charisma 2.
So who has the highest charisma out of everyone here? Do we have like no face in the group?
I got strength 2, agility 5, willpower 2, logic 5, charisma 6.
Hey,
all right. There he is.
There's our
there
face.
we go. We've got our face. So it's
Thank
up to
God.
you to get us paid.
And it's also good that you're an elf. So like everyone loves elves. Elves are the best. All right, that's good. What? Okay, so now that we've done that, we've assigned our attribute points, right? Now we get to set a condition modifier and stuff like that. So there's 2 tracks that we're going to be looking at. There's the physical track and then there's the stun track. One represents how much damage you can take mentally before you go unconscious. The other one represents how much damage you can take physically before you die. So basically, the physical condition is based on the strength attribute. Divide strength by 2, round up, and then add 8. Now, it should automatically do this for you on the sheet. So what is everyone's physical strength right now? Physical track. It's over on the side there, on the right. It looks like
Mine says 11.
Cool.
11.
Yeah,
11.
mine is 11. These go up
9?
to 11.
You got 9? Yep.
11.
Yeah. So the lowest you can have is a 9, essentially.
We've
Right?
got a lot of 11s.
Well, we have a lot of strong characters.
Yeah. So basically, for every 3 damage you guys take, you will remove 1 from every single dice roll that you make. So basically, when you fill up, so if you fill up all 3 of the physical boxes that you got there, you'll notice that your skills and stuff will go down. So like, your perception, your memory, your initiative, and your defense will all go down. And you should notice that your perception, memory, initiative, and defense is already calculated. So the stun is basically the same thing. It's done with willpower. So you divide it by 2 and then round up and add 8. So what does our stun look like?
11.
11.
10.
James?
9.
His character sheet's broken.
No, he's just very, very pretty. He's just very, very pretty.
Very
Go for
pretty.
2.
Very pretty, yeah. That's funny. I'm sorry, James. That's fucking hilarious. Okay, cool. So now we get to do the next thing, which is skill points. Now, everyone at this point should have 10 skill points, aside from Doc, who has 9 because of his troll. So that's always fun. All right, so the way that skills work is basically pursue the list of skills on page 32. Choose a few of them that match your character's theme. Characters may only start with 5 skills. Okay. They also may select a knowledge skill, but the knowledge, so everyone gets 1 knowledge skill for free, but the knowledge skill isn't a skill that you buy. It's just essentially like, let's say that Doc is good with mechanics. So his knowledge is based on the mechanics. It doesn't actually do much. It would give you an extra dice when you're trying to attempt something. The knowledge skills can be anything like Japanese, or you could learn sculpting, or online gaming, or rock bands. Like you could have a police procedure, you could have gang info, corporate culture, basically anything that you want. Basically they just give you like the ability to do stuff, right? A lot of this game is, let's say let's take spellcasters for example. You guys might make spells which is literally like, okay, it costs me an amp. It literally does nothing aside from the fact that it gives me the ability to see through brick walls. That's cool. You can activate that anytime you want, and you can just see through brick walls. So it's just, think of them as narrative quirks that you're just giving your character. So knowledge skills are that. So why don't we start with the knowledge skill first? Like, does anyone have an idea of what they want their knowledge to be?
I would like knowledge of exotic animals.
Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Like what, like tigers and shit?
And other creatures. Exotic animals and creatures.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, make sure when you just add a skill, where do we add that? Oh, no.
Under the skill?
No, you don't add it there. Just go to
qualities.
Yeah, put one in qualities. Why not? Just say knowledge.
Righto.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
So I'm thinking, as a dwarf, it makes sense that I can build things. So, like,
I mean, you could have a knowledge on like, it doesn't like it. Don't limit it to just your race. It could just be like, Brian, for example, likes to, I don't know, eat peaches. Like you're a peach connoisseur. Like it could be something as dumb as that. Like
I had a peach cider today that was actually really
God.
good. That's weird that you said peaches.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but by building things, I mean like almost like like I can assemble things out of other things.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
tinker?
But you want to
Knowledge
like a tinker? Yeah.
Yeah, like a tinkerer.
Okay, like you can break a toaster and you know how to put it back together, sort of thing.
I think,
or at
that's
least
my
MacGyver it.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
How many pies are you sticking your dick in here, man?
I mean,
all the
You're
pies.
I want all the dicks. I mean, fires.
I mean,
What?
you can tinker, just don't touch my drones.
Well, I was thinking more almost along the lines of like blacksmithing. You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean like, okay, the actual, like, you actually like to, like,
Pound a fucking hammer on hot metal.
Ancient blacksmithing or ancient forging or something like.
Yeah.
like forging? You want to put forging as your knowledge?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you could make it literally anything, right? You could make it that you really like Japanese pop music.
Well, but
Right.
I want to like make my own swords, basically.
It's not going to help you make your own swords, right?
Oh, it's not?
No, this is just Flavor Town.
Oh.
Don't think of this
okay.
as a mechanic. Think of this as like you're building a personality for your character.
Come back to me.
Okay.
Come back for Big Papa.
All right, Doc. What are you thinking you're going to be? You'll have your knowledge. on?
Wait, does this knowledge skill count towards our 5 skill limit at this time?
No, it doesn't. This is just a free
Oh,
thing.
cool. Knowledge clockwork.
Ooh, fuck yeah, man! Like building
like
clocks
brass
and
and
stuff?
gears and
Oh.
little things like that you put on your lawn that it like spins and the people.
I love the idea that you're just this
waving.
fucking hulking troll, but you have like the most delicate fucking hands for like building like the smallest machinery in the world.
He's got the glasses with the multiple lenses.
Oh, that is fucking cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, go on, man. That's good stuff right there. Oh, that's awesome. What about you, Prylor? What do you got?
I'm not sure quite yet.
Yeah, well, your intelligence is pretty fucking low, so maybe you like soap operas or something like that. Maybe you like fucking you really like reading about celebrities or something like that. You know,
I moved it so it's back to 2, so that I'm not the butt of all the jokes.
You're still going to be the butt of all the jokes in a room with people who have like
True.
Logic of fucking 7. You know,
True.
like...
But at least I'll understand they're making fun of me.
Well, both our spellcasters have a logic of 2. That's great.
That's true. Someone with a logic of 1 wouldn't even realize they were being made a mockery of. So you're good. Two's pretty average.
Can I like have a knowledge of like just certain metals?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Metallurgists?
I've
like, do you like if we go into your house, right? If we go into your character's house, are you just gonna have stones and rocks? Like, are you gonna be
possibly like meteorite metals and shit?
Are
like
you gonna
that.
be the guy from Breaking Bad, the police officer who just like has
Jesus
like?
God damn it!
Minerals, Maurice.
Minerals.
Are you gonna be that guy? Are you gonna be like a geologist? You just like looking
It
at
could be.
rocks and shit.
Yeah, like that's just something that popped into my head, and then
Don't
I don't
touch that. That's a copper
So,
sample
yeah.
from the 1900s.
know. Yeah.
Can I just make sure I'm thinking in the right track? Is this just flavour?
This is flavour.
Yes,
yeah.
this is flavor.
Useful.
Yeah.
Like it might come up.
Got
Like
an
for
idea.
example, like if you pick like celebrities or something like that, and you get a mission to fucking assassinate a celebrity, you could just be like, well, I fucking know that, you know, this person runs with this person and all that sort of shit. Like sometimes it comes up, right? If it comes up, it comes up. But if it doesn't, it doesn't, right? That's why we're picking the flavor now. Because for example, if you know, what if you have to repair a dial on a bomb or something like that, like in order to stop it, like it won't come up. It's not going to be like that's not what it is. But there's going to be a lot of this is a sandbox game, right? It's not going to be the system says to run it like mission to mission, but I'm going to run it as a sandbox game. So there's going to be a lot of moments in time when you guys are like, what are you doing with your spare time? You know, like, you know, what is Doc the Troll doing right now when he's at home by himself and no one's bothering him? You know, like
I don't know if this because I can. I was thinking like hotspots of the city, like the best place to go if you want to be seen or meet someone.
Knowledge,
the best places to go.
socialite.
Yeah,
okay, so you mean like nightclubs and stuff like that?
nightclubs, yeah, bars, restaurants, etc., etc.
You know what? Yes.
Yeah, like a social
Knowledge,
play.
the scene.
Yeah, I would be 100% on board with you having like knowledge of like where to go to get fucking where to party, you know, like where to go
Knowledge,
to
nightlife.
meet people and where to go to like score fucking sweet drugs and shit like that. You're the face of the group. I can completely 100% understand why you would have that particular, like you wouldn't be the face of the group unless you enjoyed what you did, right? So I'm on board with you being like, yeah, man, I can tell the GM where the cool hotspots are in this fucking in Denver, you know, like I got this. This shit is on target. So go ahead, write down like socialite or something like that, or nightlife if you want to be more specific. All right. What about Eugene? You mentioned yours already, right? What was it again? Sorry.
Exotic animals and creatures.
Okay, did you want to maybe elaborate on that? Like where are you into like the comings and goings of like maybe you get like you're signed up to like newsletters about like the zoo in Denver?
Oh yeah, no, I definitely get, you know, every kind of like National Geographic that exists. Like if you were to go into my apartment, there'd be like magazines everywhere, like pictures. You know.
Do you
of
have any fucking like
animals.
animal tattoos?
I'm covered in goddamn animal tattoos, which you can't see because of my hair.
That's
But
awesome.
like,
But they're all like chibi style with like big eyes. And... No.
there are some chibi style ones, but most of them are like badass, like the ones you can see.
All right,
I only show the cute ones to
something
you know.
you something
got
you
Hello
gotta
Kitty on your left ass cheek.
something I desperately want to know about your character is what is the least ferocious animal you're willing to admit that your character fucking adores?
So as soon as you started explaining the comet and animal features, my brain said he's going to let me roleplay a sloth. And so, yes, my character is obsessed with sloths because he himself is part sloth. That is his animal manifestation.
I was kind
But yeah, 3 toes.
I was kind of expecting this to happen with you specifically. So, it is what it is. All right. So Brian, my man.
Yeah, so I want my knowledge to be in sideshow performance.
Like circus and shit?
Yeah, so like
God damn it, he's gonna train me with a chair and a whip, isn't he?
like sword swallowing, suspension,
Okay, like a
hammering a nail into my nose, shit like
Sideshow.
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 Sideshow performance.
Because I wanted to do something with performance, but my charisma's so low, so my performance actually freaks people out and makes them disgusted with it.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But that means, if we go to your apartment, it's probably filled with like fake swords and shit like that.
Oh no, they're real.
Okay, well, it's filled with fucking swords and shit and hammers and nails
Yeah.
and clown makeup and shit like that, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's totally fucked up.
Nice. Okay, Prylor, so you're going with the mineral stuff?
I think so.
You're like a geologist? Yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So, let's do some fucking skills then. Now, this is where we get nitty-gritty. Everyone has 10 aside from Doc who has 9. You can have a maximum of 5 skills at character creation.
Is there a list of these spells?
Yes.
If we don't
page
have a
32.
skill, can we still attempt it?
I don't think so.
Unless it says you can't use it untrained, you can.
Oh wait, no, there is untrained things in this thing. Let me just double check.
Like, for example, conjuring cannot be used untrained.
Yes, exactly.
Sorcery
Obviously,
cannot
I'm
be
just talking
used
about.
untrained.
I'm talking about like firearms and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it comes down to GM discretion, but for anything that a human being could reasonably just try to do, you can attempt it. Like, you can try to sneak even if you don't have any points in stealth, but you're probably going to get seen.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let me just real quickly find that out for you. But go to page 32, guys. Any of those skills, you're welcome to put down. You can put as many points into something as you want.
Someone link me to that damn PDF.
It should be in
It's at the top of the Discord.
Yeah, it should be in the Discord.
All right.
Let's take a look here. How many points can you put into one thing? Okay, so you can have up to 5, but you don't need to have 5. You can do less. Okay.
And the knowledge, this socialite thing isn't.
No, it doesn't
part of
count.
is
It doesn't count. No, it's a freebie.
Okay.
It's just for flavor. Okay, maximum value during character creation is 6. 5. So you can put up to 5 points into one skill. So if you really wanted to be good at firearms, just fucking firearms to
question.
5. What's up?
Close combat is under both agility and willpower. When it's under willpower, it only applies to fighting spirits.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So to have both of those would take 2 skill slots?
Yes.
Okay.
Like there is a note section in the skills that you can use. And you select the agility that you want there. So, yeah. All right, let's do some things here.
Okay, you might all hate me.
Okay. When you say something like that, I can't help but wonder. What do you got?
I've chosen mine.
Oh yeah, what do you got?
So I was going to go for firearms, so I'm not a complete burden when it comes to a firefight, but I decided to get rid of it. I was going to go for stealth, so if there is a firefight, I can hide pretty well, but I decided to drop it. I've gone mainly for hacking, conning, or con, and negotiation.
Okay, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
That
is literally what the face needs to have, my man. So
yeah.
Okay. All right. Just trying to find your answer to your question there, because I'm pretty sure you can. Like, it just uses your attribute.
I mean, I would imagine if they went out of their way to say that some skills can't be used untrained, that insinuates that the rest of them could be used.
Yeah.
Untrained.
I'm trying to work out if you get a penalty for doing it.
What page did you say these skills were at?
32.
Okay.
Yes.
Just something else as well. Would the socialite thing also know that I know where to go on the Matrix to hang out as well? Like places where...
Sure, man.
Yeah,
No.
the Matrix is basically a second world here, so there are full nightclubs in the Matrix. Think of it as Second Life. There are
Wow,
nightclubs.
so there's going to be
parties
like furries walking around with giant dicks and stuff like
and-
that.
yeah.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
So Second Life, like, just really shitty and full of racists.
Yes.
It's just like Second Life.
Just like
Nice.
actual Second Life. As a person who's actually worked for the company who made Second Life, I can guarantee that there is some fucking shit in Second Life. 100%. All right. So you can also specialize, by the way, too. So, for example, if you wanted firearms and then you wanted to specialize in a particular type of firearms, you could do that. So, for example, sorcery, skill specialization can be a specific type of spell, combat, illusion, etc. Close combat could be a specific weapon, and hacking could be a specific matrix action, such as accessing maglocks, whatever they are.
So-
Specialization to a skill allows a player to roll 2 extra dice when using that skill. Choosing a specialization for a skill costs 1 skill point. Players can only begin with 1 specialization, but further can be added through character advancement.
So if I choose to specialize in swords, that costs 2 skill points.
1 skill point at character creation, and you get 2 dice from it.
And what would I add that in, like, the note section of the skill?
You would have
or-
a mod, so you just add 2 to the mod there. But then you'd say in the note section, specialized in sword. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
mod
so
equals 2.
the 10 points we have go into the base.
Yes.
Okay. And say if I wanted to specialize in conjuring, I would just add 2 to the mod,
2 to the mod section. Yeah.
and then I would have 9 skill points left.
Yep. And then you'd put a note in there. So you can only have 1 specialization at character creation.
So can I just put conjuring plus 2?
I just put specialization. Like, you have to put a keyword in there. So, for example, if you were to cast a fireball, it wouldn't count. But if you were to conjure a spirit, it would.
Does it
Right,
so-
does it list specializations, or is that what it's?
No, you
So
just
I
say
might
you just say, all right, I use firearms, so I want to specialize in pistols because I want to use pistols. So
All right, so my note is going to say spirit focus.
cool. All right, I like it. So, for example, if you wanted to have a specialization in a face skill, For example, negotiation. You could be like fencing, for example. So when you're trying to sell ill-gotten goods, you specialize in fencing. So you would get an extra 2 dice for that.
Would that be con? I don't know.
No, that'd be negotiation.
Sure. Right.
Because you're not trying to unless you're trying.
If we're Shadowrunners, what about dealing with the corpse or corp etiquette or what?
We don't.
That's what Mr. Johnson's
The
for.
Johnsons
No, but
do it for us.
we'll be dealing with a Johnson who is generally sent from some form of company that we might not know about.
Sure. What are you trying to get out of this, though?
Just that I've perhaps had experience with dealing with Johnsons before, and I can sort of maybe not like wangle things out of them, but I just have an easier time to deal with them.
Well, Mr. Johnsons aren't exactly one person, and each Mr. Jocelyn is going to be a completely different person. Mm-hmm. So it really depends on the personality of the person, not so much that they're just corporate, right? Because this isn't going to be a game about like ones and zeros, right? Like, I'm going to give each person that you talk to a personality, and whether or not you can talk to them doesn't come down to a dice roll. The way that I run my con games or talking games is you say, Dave, I want to convince this man that I am, I don't have his data when I do. And I'm like, okay, you fucking roleplay and I'll tell you when you can make that check. Right? That's basically what it's going to be. It's not going to be like, I rolled con and I succeeded, therefore he believes me. So it's not like that at all. So
you gotta work for it.
You gotta work it, man.
It's role play, not role play.
I understand, but I'm not always I'm not always the best person with some wordplay, especially if I'm like throwing out English like terms that everyone goes, "What? What are you saying?"
That's
James?
perfect. You're an elf. No one understands them anyway.
Okay.
To a degree, though, like I can understand you being like, I don't know the terminology that I'd need to convince this man of this, but you could just say, here's how I would have this conversation with him, right? You can just give me the essentials around it and we can make it from there. I'm not going to penalize you for being like, well, you didn't convince me, fuck you. No, it's not going to be like that. In a lot of cases, you just need to, instead of just outright mechanically saying, I want to make this roll, you have to be like, okay, but what are you doing in order to make that roll a possibility? You can tell me that, you don't have to role play it, but role playing it helps.
Can we earn bonuses for good roleplay?
Now, yes, you can. That's in the form of karma. You will get that. Having said that, though, James, if you wanted corp etiquette, that is a knowledge skill.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Bugger.
But what you've got is really good. Having said that, though, you can get additional knowledge skills later.
So I'm ready to share my skills.
Oh yeah, what have you got?
So I have taken intimidate at 1, conjuring at 3 with a spirit focus.
Cool, I like it.
Astral combat at 2, close combat will to fight spirits at 2, and survival at 1.
Survival, interesting. Okay. All right. Cool. Interesting. All right. That's pretty good. How many skills in total do you have? Like variations?
I have 5 total skills.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, just checking. Just checking. Because you mentioned specialization, so yeah, I was like counting my hand. I was like, what? But no, specialization.
Wait a second. He said too many things.
He said too many things. I don't believe
too many things.
That's fine. Prilo, what do you got, my man?
I'm still piecing it together.
Mm-hmm.
You said I got, was it 10 to distribute?
Yep.
And I can. There actually is a limit to 5?
Yes, 5 separate skills, but you can specialize in one of them. So
okay. Ooh.
I can give you mine if you'd like.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Doc, go ahead.
So I've got pilot ground at 2. I have pilot other at 2. I have vehicle weapons at 2. Electronics at 1, and engineering at 2.
Interesting. So you're actually going to go for the rigger, right? You're going to be droning and stuff. So vehicle weapons. That's interesting. Sure.
Drone boys.
Drone boys. Yeah. Cool. What about you, Bramillion?
Yeah. So I've got close combat at 2 with a specialization in swords. So there's a
nice. That's 4 dice. I like it. That's a good fucking
so that's
chunk.
a roll of 8, which is nice. I've got hacking at 1. I have tasking at 1.
What's tasking? What does that fall under?
Tasking was like the sprites and stuff like that.
Okay. Yep.
Summoning sprites, threading complex forms, and other matrix tasks. Technomasters only.
Cool.
Piloting ground as well at 2. And athletics at 3.
Ooh, we got an athletics user. My God. Dwarf cannonball.
That's right.
Nice. I like it. All right. And James, yours is just con hacking and negotiation. We've already been over that. Yeah.
I'm just thinking about specializations. How do specializations work again? Sorry.
1 point adds 2 dice. You specialize whenever you're doing that particular thing. That's when you get the extra bonus.
And you have to reduce the actual core skill itself.
Well, I mean, you spent all your skill points, so it costs a skill point to specialize. So.
I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to specialize just yet.
Okay, cool.
What's the difference between astral and sorcerer or sorcery?
Well, astral is like summoning spirits, and sorcery is like throwing lightning bolts.
Okay, I want sorcery.
Because we got a summoner, which is Eugene, and we've got
So, and you said
you're thinking
Conjuration
is
spirits.
Things. Sorcery
is fireballs. Astral combat is the astral plane.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
That's
so I think I was going to go with sorcery anyways.
Yeah, astral plane is like pushing yourself into the astral plane. Like, I think Eugene, you have the ability to do that. Like that fits well with your character.
Yeah, I mean, other people could get called into the astral plane if like an outside force decided to, but I think I would be the only one who'd be going in there by choice. And by the way, Doc, I apologize for speaking over you there.
You two spoke in tandem, so it was great.
Yeah, it was
we were basically
Children
going to, by the end of the show, morph into one person.
So I kind of want that to be my base thing. So
like, okay, so
you like specialize in that?
Absolutely, yeah. So when you specialize, that's pretty generic. So maybe like I am specialized in ice magic, because when it comes to making spells, you can flavor your spells however the fuck you want.
Okay.
So you can be like, I do only ice magic. I'm an ice mage. You know,
does it have to be an element?
No.
Or
you can be like,
or like, could I summon shards of metal and sling them at people?
Yes. Well, you probably wouldn't summon them, but you'd probably rip them from things. But yes.
Okay.
You can basically be a metal bender if you wanted to be.
Well, you could do focus on telekinesis or focus on physical elements.
But yeah, you can definitely flavor all of your spells to be metal related. So what would your so anytime you're doing a metal related spell, that's when you get your bonus 2 dice.
Okay.
But having said that, if you wanted to say like, I want to see through this wall, that wouldn't be a metal flavored spell, right?
Yeah.
So
what if I was trying to look through a safe that was metal?
I mean, that's still looking through things, so it's not.
I mean, you can cast invisibility on the safe.
Yes, you can.
If you wanted to huck the safe at one of our opponents, that would get you that bonus.
Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that. That sounds cool.
So imagine like 2 mages, right? Both trying to huck that fucking safe at someone. You're better at it, so you get 2 extra dice. That's essentially what that means. So
All right. I'll do that. Can I get the close combat with the willpower?
I mean, you can get whatever you like.
You
And
certainly can. Just
can-
keep in mind that only works against spirits.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like you can't roll close combat will against like normal people. That's just it's not how the skill works.
Yeah, don't know how this going.
Would it be bad to get both of them in
No.
both
No, you can get
agility
one in
and
each.
willpower?
Yeah, you
All
can
right,
get
that's-
one in each. Yeah.
I honestly switched back and forth between intimidate and close combat agility, and I couldn't really make up my mind.
Okay. I want to be good at both of those, so I'll take a point.
To
in
give
that.
you an idea, a lot of corporations actually employ spirits as security guards.
Yes, they do. Yep, 100%. Like if you try to like, well, I'm a spirit user. I'm just gonna break in here. It's like, no, fuck you. There are like spirits everywhere, like bug spirits.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, I decided to
Bug spirits.
specialize in spirit-based combat and try to bullshit my way or threaten my way into not fighting anyone.
yeah.
Okay, so that leaves me with what? 2 other things to pick.
Yeah.
Can I get stealth?
Yeah, there
and
should be stealth in there.
Escape artist.
Interesting. And your agility?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. Done. Don't forget, guys, there's also like knowledge skills, like logic skills for like languages and shit like that. If you guys wanted to be able to talk to people and stuff like that in different languages. That sounds like a very face skill, but maybe not. So
Fuck people.
I mean, I was thinking about because that's what initially I was going to go for like Japanese or whatever because I don't know. I don't actually know much about Denver in Shadowrun universe.
I mean, Spanish might not be a terrible idea, or
I know more about like Seattle, if you know what I mean, because that's like.
There's a good chance you'll speak Japanese anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't take additional knowledge till down the road, can I? That's how it works?
No, sorry. When I say knowledge skills, I mean like so like that's how you get additional knowledge skills. You buy like a logic thing, but so the first one's free basically. So
Do I want to go for additional languages? I don't know if I want to.
I mean, you said you wanted to know stuff about like corpse and shit like that, right? So
yeah, that is that's it.
Okay, I think. Well, what happened there? That was weird. I didn't catch any of that.
Oh, okay. I said it says so. Saying con comes under etiquette. It says con artistry, acting, performance, and etiquette.
Etiquette, yeah. If you wanted like if you wanted a knowledge skill, for example, like con etiquette would be like you pretending that you fit in this particular thing. So. If you're in, say, a Japanese megacorp, for example, you could use con to convince them that you have an understanding of their culture. So that's all that would mean. Did you want to take a specialization? Have you thought on what you wanted?
Is it only one specialization, or is it?
It's only one at this one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to take bargaining.
Bargaining? Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That works. Like maybe trying to get more from Mr. Johnson or something like that for.
I assume I put that in the notes section.
You do, yes, in the notes section. Okay. All right. Now we get to go to the next part, which is the cool part. We get to make shadow amps. Now these are shadow amplifiers. Represent the additional power, the oomph, the augmentation that catapults your Shadowrunner to a level above the average gunner trash. So, like many aspects of character creation, the best shadow amps are those that fit your character's theme. The theme is important in this game. So, Don't hesitate to add a seemingly mismatched amp if it gives you a character unique feel you're looking for. So you can either do this in two ways. There's a list on page 202 of Shadowrun amps that you can pick outright, or we can build one from scratch. Now, there are two things you need to keep in mind. Everyone's, what's it called? Essence is basically how much spirit you have left. Putting cybernetics inside of yourself, which is how you do it through amps. So, putting a metal arm on you that has hacking tools and that sort of shit will take away from your essence, depending on how much the upgrade is going to cost. Removing that metal arm later on will mean that you won't have an arm attached, but your essence will come back. So essence comes and goes. Was there anything that people particularly wanted that they wanted on their character to fit their idea of what their character is?
Well, I kind of require control rig as one, which is conveniently actually in the list.
All right. Well, how about we actually just take a quick break here first before we get too deep into this. Get amped. Who wants to go first with amp purchases? So we three of you, Brian, Prylor, and Eugene, you have 4 points. The rest of you have 6.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna get an armor amp from the magic.
Okay,
amps.
effect. While sustained, the spell adds 3 points of armor to the target. Cool. So that'll cost you 2 points.
And then I'll get stun bolt.
Stun bolt. Okay. Another 2 cost. Combat damage of 8 successes. AA defense. Whoa, shit! I need to look up that, and we can go from there. What page was that first one you mentioned? 47, was it? Oh, there we go. Nice. Let's take a look here. So this is where it gets a little clunky. All right, spells. Okay. Spells and effect spells. Combat spells inflict damage either physical or stun. Effect spells accomplish one form of non-damaging effects. Casting a spell counts as an attack action. To cast a spell, make a sorcery test opposed by the target as listed in the spell, and use the shadow amp effect of the chosen spell. Success means the spell was cast successfully. Non-combat effects occur, or combat spell applies damage. In the defense die of the combat spell is listed in the description. Net hits by the attacker are there added as damage or have some other effect based on the spell. Okay, lightning bolt is 6 pp AA. Okay, so the shadow amp for the lightning bolt. Defender will roll strength and willpower. Okay. Defender rolls strength and willpower, S and W, against the hits. If Koydog wins the roll, then the defender takes 6p damage. Piercing, I guess. The A stands for armor avoidance, which means any net hits on the spellcasting test do not add to the damage as normal. Okay. Do not add to but they rather indicate the damage bypassed by the target's armor. Sweet. So if you rolled 4 hits The target rolled 2. She has 2 net hits, meaning she did 6 points of damage total, and 2 points bypass the armor's target and goes right to the condition modifier. Okay, cool. So, looking at your spell, which was Stun Bolt, 8 stun damage, armor avoidance, and the defense is strength plus willpower. So basically, you'll be rolling your attack, and I'll be rolling strength plus willpower of the enemy, and basically you will do 8 stun damage, and whatever net successes you get on that roll, the opposing roll, that's how much of it avoids armor. So the rest will hit armor, basically. So cool, easy, great, perfect.
Yep.
So that's your 2 amps done. Very good. Now, did you want to flavor your stun bolt in a certain way?
I'll think about it.
Okay.
For right now.
Cool. All right. Well, make sure both of those are written down in your character sheet. Cool. All right. Anyone else want to have a go? All right. You, June, my man.
So, for my 4 points of amps, I'm taking Summoning Focus at the cost of 2, which allows me to summon 1 additional spirit.
So 2 spirits total you can have.
Hoorah.
Hoorah.
Then, for a cost of 1, I'm taking Spirit Affinity Beast Spirit.
Where is that?
It is... I closed the thing because I'm a nerf. No, I didn't. Haha. It is on page 203.
203.
It's right at the top right.
Oh, top right. Wait, 203? I see
Yep.
synth link and wide reflexes on 203.
I'm sorry, 204.
Okay.
No, 205. I'm very confused by numbers.
Yeah. Okay, Spirit Affinity.
What do they mean?
So you're taking beast type. Okay, yeah, makes sense. You're like animals.
Yeah, so plus 2 dice with beast. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it sounded
to
really
conjure.
good.
To conjure, yeah. So basically,
I mean, is it to conjure?
Yeah, because that's the only dice that you need. But basically, they become an NPC that you give commands to, and then they go do a thing for you.
Yes, but I was hoping that Spirit Affinity meant that I could roll 2 dice when I was attacking with them. Because it doesn't say when conjuring beasts, it says plus 2 dice with that spirit type.
So basically what's going to happen is we're going to... Interesting.
So I was hoping to make those spirits stronger.
That's interesting. Okay, we'll look into that. I'll let you know.
I mean, either way, I'm going to keep the amp. It makes it more useful if it is more dice for, like, my affinity with those spirits makes them stronger.
I would say that it might even be both.
Hey, I'm down. I'm down to clown.
Yeah.
And then my final amp for 1 cost will be Spirit Whisperer. When making a conjuring test, I may re-roll 2 dice.
Cool. Easy. All right. All right. Brian, you've got 4. Let's do you next.
Yeah. So I have a couple of amps. They're going to be BioWare amps.
Oh, okay. What page are they on?
The first one was on 202, which just happens to be the one that I'm taking.
And there's also Technomancer amps on page 203. I don't know if you saw them.
I know.
Okay, 203.
We can add amps later, right?
Yes, you can. Yes, that's part of your upgrades and stuff. So
Right. So I'm going to start with just BioWare amps.
this is cybernetics, so this is cool.
Yeah. So first one was BioWare arms.
What level are you taking?
So I'm going to put 2 in that, so it'll be level 2, right?
Yes, that will cost you 4 amps.
Oh, that will cost me 4 points? Okay, so I'll just do level 1 then, which is...
So that'll cost you 3 amps.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right. So then more importantly...
Yep.
I will take dynamic facial hair / tattoos. Which...
I like it.
Which is a cost of 2 amps, correct?
That's right. Yes, you can quickly manipulate your facial hair and or body tattoos. So right now you lose 0.5 essence, so you're at 5.5.
Okay. And I have 2 more points to spend, correct?
Yes, you do.
All right, so I will take muscle toner at 1.
At 1. May re-roll 1 dice on athletics tests.
Athletics test. Yep. So
Okay.
I lose 1 essence, so I'm down to what, 5?
You're down to 5 essence. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what essence means.
Essence is like so. Imagine every person in the world has a spirit inside of him. It's your spirit. It's you, right? It's how human you are. Putting cybernetics inside of you reduces the size of your spirit. What that means effectively is when someone tries to heal you magically, it's going to be harder for them to heal you magically because your spirit is smaller. That's basically what it means. It's also going to mean that you're going to effectively take a bit more damage when people hit you with magic as well.
That's fine.
Because you're,
I'm short.
It would also make it harder for you to do technomancy.
Yes.
Okay.
If you cyber up too much.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
It's
a question.
Yeah. What's up?
What is negative qualities?
We'll get into that in a second. We will get into that. Yes. Everyone will basically be taking one negative quality as a part of their character. And what that means is this is like much like how your knowledge skills give you a positive thing that you can do. Your negative qualities is also something you as a character just have.
So I have to have I have to buy a program with a cyber deck. Is that correct?
Yes. So you don't have to have. So you have a matrix amp, right? So you need to buy a cyber deck.
I bought Data Jack. I've bought a cyber deck. Now I'm tossing up between.
Okay, hold up. What are you buying here? Let's go through this real quickly.
So Data Jack is level 1.
Okay, what is that page? 202.
That is 203.
203. So that's
It's a cyberware amp.
Cyberware. Okay, so let's see here. Data Jack and headgear may access the matrix in full VR, +1 to matrix essence. So your essence is at 5 now. So that costs you 1 point. Yep. What else you got?
Cyber deck cyber deck 1, which is 2 points.
Mm-hmm. May reroll 1 dice on matrix actions. Firewall +1. Matrix condition monitor 6. May run 1 program at a time. So that puts you at 3 amp that you've spent.
Mm-hmm. Now, do I need to buy it? Because this is where I'm struggling. Because I wanted to get on page 204, social / other amps. I know everybody. Amp level 2. Gain car rating of contacts.
Okay, sure.
But then I don't have a program.
You have 6 points, James, so you don't have 4.
No, but I've spent 5.
No, you haven't. You've spent 3. And if you get, I know everyone that goes to 5 and you have 1 point left over. Now, when it comes to programs, is there a program that you like?
I'm not.
Which program are you looking at getting? Just tell me which one you like the most.
Exploit.
And what page is that on?
That's on 203. It's on the same.
Okay, exploit. May reroll 2 dice on non-cyber combat hacking tests. Okay, so we can build you a program for one amp, right? So basically, imagine you get the beginning of exploit, right?
So what? Reroll 1 dice on a non-combat.
Well, we will actually go through the process of building one for you. Are you interested in doing that?
Certainly.
Okay, so when we build amps, we first take a look at, we determine the base cost, right? So this is going to be a cyber deck cost, right? No, this is a program. So this is a base cost of 1, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So yep, base cost of 1. And right now, you basically just get what you're getting out of this, right? It's going to cost you 1 point to get this, but you're going to get you've basically got a program, right?
Mhm.
This program could be whatever you want. It could be, say you're building like a backdoor, right? This is you starting to build the backdoor. So you spend that 1 point right now on building a basic program, because you can't spend any more points on anything else. But when you get karma after playing the game a bit of time, you can then go in and say, I want to edit my current program that I have, and I want to give it the added effect of, adding a dice effect, or adding additional dice, right? Which is what this guy has done for you. So it costs 1 per level. So, for example, you would get to have additional dice pips. What the fuck does dice pips mean? Adding additional
Pips are
numbers
the
to dice
official
roll.
name.
Okay.
Pips are the
Dot.
dots on the face of the die.
Okay.
All these technical terms.
Yeah, so you would add a dice effect, which would give you... so your basic program would give you a ability to do something. So what would your basic program be? If you're going off the other one, you can re-roll 1 dice, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it would be.
Yeah, that's what, because the base one on that is like roll 2 dice, re-roll 2 dice, but I was perhaps go for like re-roll 1 dice, but I don't know where I can't see that on the build list. Sorry, I might. Damage reduction, die effect, re-roll.
It's a die effect, yeah. So,
yeah.
Your basic cost, right? So, whether you use a pre-made shadow amp or create one yourself, you must determine a total cost. Consult the list of amps and decide what type of amp you wish to create. Then consult the shadow amp cost table to find the base cost for that slot type. This is the minimum shadow amp cost for the slot and a simple functional description of what the shadow amp does. No rules text, such as those described in the added effects in the list table, are included in the base cost. That means in the initial selection of shadow amp is useful for story purposes, but not much else. If you're fine with the basic description and aren't concerned about adding additional effects, you can stop there. But basically, the moment you want to add, so basically, you can either wait till you get enough karma for you to buy this, because buying the basic stuff, right, is, I don't know how he managed to get to 2 rerolls, because it says here that once per one, like the basic cost is 1, and then it's 1 additional cost per die added to a max of 3. So I'm not sure how they got to reroll 2 dice for 2, because essentially that doesn't add up. So maybe some of the things are cheaper if you buy it directly from the book, but if you were to build your own, you can just do whatever you like.
So do I have a basic program then?
If you want to have a basic program, yes. So basically the way that this is going to work, any leftover amps that you don't spend will get added to your edge pool.
Okay.
So your edge pool is basically how many times you can add additional dice to your rolls. So
Right, I'll just get a basic program for now then.
okay. So you want to buy just a basic program / complex form?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So it does nothing. Is that right?
It does nothing aside from a narrative check. Kind of like how your knowledge skills give you the ability to know where to go find motherfuckers who are rich. This will give you the ability to, hack, for example, or the ability to maybe look at particular files or stuff like that. It's up to you how you want to flavor it, but it could just be that you're writing a program right now and you wanted to spend that remaining thing on that. So it doesn't do anything right now, but yeah, that's essentially what's happening. So for example, if you wanted to, you could not take the 2 points from the cyber deck and build your own cyber deck through here to give you what you wanted. You know,
I'll go with I'll just go with the basics, the cyber deck that they've provided though.
Okay, sure. All right. So that
probably also important to remember we're just barely above thugs right now, so we're not going to have anything that's particularly good.
Yeah. So maybe I mean, a face is a pretty good fucking set of skills to have at the beginning, so not going to be a huge deal. Okay, Brian, we picked yours, right? Yeah. So Doc, I guess you're the last one. You've got 6 points.
Yep, I have 6 points. I've spent 2 on the control rig.
What page is that on?
Sorry, it's on page. Where's control rig?
Drones?
No, cyberware amps 203.
Okay. Control rig. Let's see. Wait, 203?
203 on the PDF. It's page 206 by the reader.
I don't see it. Control rig right at the top there. Yeah, I see it now.
Yep.
Cyberware controls vehicles by VR. +1 die to vehicle actions. May re-roll 1 dice on vehicle actions. What level are you going with?
-2. I'm going just for the level 1.
Okay, so
it's just a basic bitch version, but it gets the job done.
So you've lost 2 essence on this. But you can level that up, right? You can level it up to 3 or 4.
Yeah, I can upgrade that later as the karma comes flowing in. So the next thing I wanted to do was looking at the drones. I can get 2 fly spies for 3 amp levels.
Yes, so that'll put you on 1 left.
Can I get 1 fly spy for 2 instead?
Let's take a look. Okay. All right. So drone. Oh, it's weird that you can't build your own fucking drone.
Right. I said that they're missing a lot of things as far as drones are concerned. It's got the custom gun drones page, the custom gun drones thing, which I think is supposed to be like the broad covering other drones.
I think. Yeah, what page is that on?
It's under drone amps.
Is a drone a complex form? Because it might be.
I don't think so. Where's the building amps thing?
It's on page 65. Because like here's the thing, right? I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, yeah, I mean, it would, if I had to put it in there, it would be like 1 base cost, and then you can like add your added effect, which would be like +1 to skills of perception, right? That's what the drone is for. So I don't see why that wouldn't be a thing. All right, drone. So what page was the drone stuff on? The other one?
204.
No, the custom drones.
204. There's literally just a shadow amp called custom gun drone.
Okay, so drones are kind of like buying a gun, right? Custom gun drones. Okay, gain. Okay. That's
like if I was buying a single gun drone, it would cost me 2. But that's attack and move. I want something that's scouty.
Well, here's the thing. You can make here's what you can do, right? You can take that custom gun drone level 1, right? And then you can add an extra benefit, and that would give you you could get like a +1 to perception tests with that drone, right? You could just edit that drone and add an additional effect to it.
wouldn't that increase the amp cost to 3?
No.
Okay, so if I can do that, I'll do that. I'll take a custom gun drone level 1 with, instead of gaining the attacks or moves, I get +1 perception.
Yeah.
Okay, I can work with that.
So if we, oh, hang on, I clicked the wrong thing. 65. So that costs you 2 amps, and you get 1 attack/movement. And if we were to do an added effect, you can say, what are you looking for?
Perception.
Okay,
Sensors, basically.
so let's see. Okay, we're going to include an added effect. Consult the added effects table. Add the appropriate cost to the base cost of the shadow amp once you've added all of the desired effects. So the base cost of yours is 2, right? 2 right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Adding an additional dice effect. I guess that's what it would be. It'd be a dice effect. So, yeah, dice effect. You get a +1 to perception for 1. So if you wanted to say make 1 really good drone, you can have a max of 3. So basically, if you want to level up your next one, you can level up attack/movement for 1 additional amp, or this one for 1 additional amp. So basically, you're leveling up each thing individually now.
Right, that's not gonna work then.
So basically, what's happening is it's going to cost you 2 to get the drone, right? And then you pay an extra 1 to get the extra added benefit. So you have attack/movement 1.
Yeah, so it's going to cost me 3.
It's going to cost you
that,
3,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
in
later
this
on
case,
down,
I may as well just
later
get
on,
the fly spies.
yes, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe add a gun to one of those. So
You can't. The fly spy is literally the size of a wasp.
interesting. Okay. Is
Yeah.
that what it says? Where does it say that?
Not in here, obviously, but that's what the fly spy is. It's the size of a wasp. It's just got sensors.
I'd be interested to know
literally a
about
spy.
some reading things in here.
They're considered micro drones, so it's generally anything smaller than like a matchbox or a golf ball.
Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe that's why you can't like do anything with them. That's interesting. Okay.
That's why I thought where it says I can get 2 fly spies for 3, if I could just take 1 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing about drones is they're disposable.
Yeah.
They will get broken. They will get destroyed.
Yeah, and if they do get
So
destroyed,
you can't. You want more than 1.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to do was take a single fly spy and a Doberman with a vehicle-mounted rifle.
I tell you what, this is a fucking role-playing game. We can do whatever the fuck we want. If we can do 1 for 1, that's not a big deal. So 2 drones, amp level 3. I will make it cost 2 amp for 1 drone, if that's what you wanted. And you can get the Doberman then as well.
Okay, that works for me. Like I said, that's kind of what I was hoping to do, so then I can do the scouty spy thing with the fly spy until it gets destroyed. I've got something to help in case things go wrong.
Breaking a drone right now is like you have to use your amps to buy them again, basically. So, or you could like repair it. I don't know, like
something as small as a fly spy probably wouldn't be able to repair it. You need like
maybe the ability to really to repair small things. Weird.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Weird, right?
The thing is, if we were playing with New Yen, they're like it's like the cost of a couple of cups of coffee to buy a new fly spice. So most riggers just have a box full of them.
Yeah. That's probably why they
Alright.
like they come together in packs like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
cool. All right, I think that's everything, right? You've got everything you need.
Yep, that's my 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 6.
Okay. All right. Anyone got any leftover edge? I don't think so, right? Nope. Okay. All right. So now we do qualities. This is where we work out. You get 2 positive qualities and you get 1 negative quality for your character. Qualities can be found on page 204. So when choosing qualities, you can pick either one from
I think Eugene brought.
I messed up. I realized that 2 of the things I picked were qualities, not amps.
Okay, well there you go.
But I have my 2 positive qualities.
Okay, so what? So you've got what? You spent.
I've got 2 amp left.
Okay, well, what would you like to buy then? Maybe a healing spell or something like that. I don't know.
I have no skill in casting spells other than summoning.
Okay.
I will look at it while everybody else is looking at their positive qualities, and I'll get back with you.
Yeah. Oh, it's only taking as long because like I'm literally the only person who has an understanding of the character creation. So like,
yeah, it's fair.
Yeah. Which is fine. I like
Also,
going through all the stuff and making sure everyone's good. So
it is considerably quicker than Shadowrun, the base game. Shopping list.
Yeah. Okay, qualities. So, what would you guys like to do? There's some really good ones in here, like Spirit Affinity. Choose water type. Yeah. So I guess in that case, the qualities here, like, it's not that you're so the way that this would work then, Eugene, with your Spirit Affinity, is that since it's a quality, this is your dice rolls when you're dealing with that type of spirit. It's not your summoned spirit gets X amount of dice qualities.
Okay.
So if that's something you want to reconsider, then yeah.
No, I think +2 dice with Beast, however that comes into play, still works.
You telling them what to do and them doing it, that sort of stuff, right? So
sounds solid to me.
Ooh, there's exceptional attribute. Increase your chosen attribute cap by 1.
How many qualities do it? Just 1?
2 positive, 1 negative, right?
2 positive,
okay,
1
2
negative.
positive, 1
yeah.
negative. Okay.
Now, the negative qualities, try and pick something that would be also really cool to roleplay as well. Like, don't just necessarily go mechanical, because I'm not gonna punish you guys if you have like dumb stuff. Like I'm not gonna be like, well, you have to pick. I don't want everyone to pick like for example, a coder who's not a coder. Like for example, if Prior picks like, yeah, I just get -2 on all hacking tests. Like that. Pick something that's sort of relevant to your character, because it is what it is. Yeah.
Is there an errata for this book?
Probably. Why? What do you need fixed?
Well, there's 2 code slingers, and I wonder if it was a mistake that they replaced another thing.
Well, what are you talking about?
It's got code slinger in it twice.
Which page?
Oh yeah,
Page
Code Slinger
205.
+2 dice when for hacking tests, and then +2 dice to hacking tests. There's also Ace Pilot +2 dice to piloting other tests, and then there's Combat Pilot +2 dice to piloting other tests. There's quite a few things that repeat themselves in here.
Well, I mean, we just pick whatever's left. You can also make your own, so don't feel like you're limited to just this. If you want to pick something, then and make something specific for your character, you totally can.
Do I have access to critter amps?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Because he's not a critter.
Good to know.
I mean, I might need to actually take another look at what critter means, but I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah. The only one I want is animal control. Mundane animals in near range obey simple commands. Limit to swarm of tiny creatures, 3 dozen small creatures, or 6 large creatures.
Let me real quickly just look up what the book actually says a critter is, because that's a good point.
I'm just saying.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you do have access to the critter amps. You just don't have the ones where it specifically says critter power.
Okay.
They're the ones that, like, a hellhound would have fire breath or whatever, elemental attack.
So I can take animal control, which doesn't say critter power.
Yeah.
Yes.
So wait, so you can make a how do you get critter powers?
I know a certain group of elves that are getting rats in their pants.
Who's that then?
Every elf I meet is getting a swarm of rats in their pants.
Cool.
So look forward to that.
Someone will get this money. And you won't even know.
Okay, so it's an NPC related thing. Okay, that makes sense. That's probably why I haven't run into it yet. Cool. All right. So you're gonna take animal handling, basically.
Animal control, yeah. The ability to give simple commands to swarms of animals.
Go that way.
I'm sure that will be terribly useless, but I'm looking forward to doing it every episode.
Yeah. Look, there's a cockroach. But I like the idea. Go over there, cockroach, and report back to me what you see. And then cockroach comes back and he's like,
you said we get 2 qualities and 1 negative quality.
That's right, yes.
That's correct.
Right, I've already picked my negative quality.
What is your negative quality?
I'm going to go for, what was it? Distaste for violence.
Oh, I like it. Negative quality, distaste for violence. Okay, players' attacks do 2 less damage. Okay.
That's rough.
Yeah, okay, I like it. So how do you handle being in the... Is like being in the Matrix like just so outside of the realm of hitting a man in the face with a frying pan that you're okay with doing damage to things inside of the Matrix?
Well, they're programs most of the time, aren't they, usually? So, yeah, they're not real things. It's just, I guess...
Yeah, I mean...
blood. I might get blood on my clothes.
For some reason, I'm just imagining your character being a face, but only because he's a professional gamer.
Yeah. Kill a man in the Matrix. He definitely doesn't get his brain fried and die in real life. No, sirree, Bob.
I'd say he's not probably. He's probably a right social butterfly, like an absolute social butterfly,
Sure.
and he'll always. I might even go make up a one that gives me like +2, whatever one would whatever one would be good for like socializing and stuff.
Okay, like fame? You want fame?
No, because that's charisma based. Oh yeah. Just poked myself with the wrong end of the pencil.
It's 2 dice to charisma based test if recognized. So I mean, you're a scene kid, man. You know clubs and shit like that. Of course, you're gonna get recognized in that place if you're fucking famous in that area. Like that makes total fucking sense to me. What would your reason be for being recognized? Are you like a lightweight?
Well,
I'm
an elf to start with.
Okay, but that doesn't necessarily give you fame. I'm an elf, therefore. Like you go to nightclubs, you go to hangout spots, you meet people, you're a social butterfly. Why exactly are you famous in these circles?
I'm probably famous because I can get shit done type thing. Not in the way of violence, but if someone needs something, I can generally find someone who can get them that thing.
Okay, but
you're a guy. You're a guy who knows a guy.
So why is it that these people recognize you then? Like if you're walking down a fucking street out of a night, like if you're coming out of a nightclub lighting a fucking cigarette, and some fucking dude gets out of a limo and he's like, "Oh shit, what up?" Why is he gonna recognize you? Like, did you do like a series of commercials or some shit? Like. Think of this as like your icebreaker when you go into a conversation with people.
All right. I'll come back to you. Can I come back and think of something?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because my brain's not working as fast as it should do.
Sure.
Quick question for you, Henley.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have another amp that I really want, which means I have one amp to spare.
Yeah, it'll go into your edge unless you wanted to build something unique. Think of it as getting a narrative power. Like maybe you summon, like you said, you're beast focus, yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't you make an amp that's you summoning, like summoning an like let's say this is you.
Can I have a summoning fetish that not what you're thinking, all of you dirty minds, that maybe like adds 1 damage to beast spirits?
Not for 1. You can start off of it. So maybe you want to. So here's the thing: when you summon these things,
you might want to start with like something simple, like may re-roll 1 dice.
Okay.
Also,
that
no.
seems to be the lower score.
So the base cost, right? So you have 1 amp, right? So right now you can create a spell, which is essentially what your stuff is. It's spells. Now, when you use this spell, or something will happen, but it won't give you like extra dice or something mechanical. It can be narrative though. Like for example, this
Can
spell.
I conjure gear for my spirits? Not gear that does anything, that just makes them look badass.
I mean, sure. The other thing that you could potentially do is think outside the box with these spells, right? Let's say that maybe this is you entering the astral plane. You know, like maybe this is you like opening your eyes to see the astral plane without actually like interfacing with it. Like there are things that you can do for 1 power that's narrative focused that would benefit your character more than just like clothing a snake. You know, like
that's fair. Though the clothing the snake would make me chuckle.
I put a sombrero on him.
Look, you got murdered by a thing wearing a sombrero. How about spirit sense?
You want to be able to like okay.
Like my connection to the astral plane kind of lets me feel if there are other spirits in the area that have been summoned.
You would have you would have to attune yourself to it, but yes, you could definitely do it. It wouldn't be like spider senses, but yes.
No. Like if I stopped and focused on the spirit world and I was like looking at a building or looking at a place, I could go, no, there are spirits. You know, I may not know exactly what type or how many, but I could go, there are some spirits of, you know, either some, you know, there's a very strong feel or not a very strong feel, but there's some spirits in there, bitches.
Yeah.
And then I could level that up to get more information, maybe.
Yes, exactly. So later on, you could level it up to be able to actually see into it. Or like, for example, add 1 to perception die for finding spirit animals or finding spirits, you know, things like that, basically.
All right.
Like
then I will go with spirit sense.
Cool. There you go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So who had you had your 2 positives, right, Eugene?
Yep.
Okay.
Spirit affinity and spirit whisperer.
Yep. So what is going to be your negative, do you know?
Well, I was going to take distinctive style, but I don't want to. I don't want to step on James's toes. So I was going to.
Well, I mean, distinctive style doesn't mean really anything, right? Let's say your distinctive style is like you have a giant 1 on your back at all times for some reason, and when you're trying to run away from like a gang or hide from a gang or whatever, they just get a +2 to recognize you for a bad reason because it's negative.
Yeah, so my distinctive style is 1, I'm covered in fur. 2, I'm covered in animal tattoos all over the goddamn place.
Like face and everything, yeah.
Yeah, like all over the goddamn place. And 3, instead of hands, I have 3 claws that I have literally metalliced out and chromed into weapons. And yeah, so I'm pretty goddamn recognizable.
I like
also, I don't have fucking hands. It's a problem.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that. Absolutely. All right, Prylor, what are your positives and negatives, my man?
I was gonna go with cat-like,
And
which
positive, yeah.
Yeah, positive. +2 to dice for stealth
Now,
tests.
do you actually have cat features?
I've been debating that whether I should or not.
Like it could just be as simple as like
I was gonna say maybe cat eyes.
cat eyes, yeah, you know, like or maybe your limbs are a little longer or a little slender than the most elves, you know, things like that.
Yeah, that could be the case. Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing like fur anywhere or a tail or maybe like. Well, I guess my ears are already a little pointed, anyways.
Maybe a little tail, like you got like a little tiny like.
But I was gonna say, well, my ears aren't really pointed like a cat, but I am an elf, so
You
I
are
guess
an elf, yeah.
maybe just a slight.
Maybe you
like,
got hair
if you pay
inside of
attention
your
to-
ears, you know, like cat ears sort of thing, like yeah.
Maybe my if I were to grow any facial hair, it would be like little white whiskers.
Do you pluck your whiskers? Is that what you're
Yeah. That, and I'm gonna do contortionist as well as a positive.
Ooh, interesting. All right, so maybe you're double jointed.
Yep, I can get out of slippery situations like that. So,
I like it.
and as a negative quality, which I think kind of plays into that, because I get away from the law, I will be a criminal.
Sinner. Oh shit. Okay. Wow, that's
risky.
yeah, that's risky. But you've been so that essentially means you've been arrested and you've been put into the system.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're ever like, you might not have done anything wrong, right? But you have a record. So when the police come in, they'll give you a fucking hard time about that for sure. Like that's what that means. That's cool. I like that. Good stuff.
But so that's the whole. If I do get caught, and I have been caught before, and that's why it plays into the contortionist and getting away and.
This
and
also
stealth
this
and
also
avoiding them.
means that you did do what you did. So, you know, that's perfect. Yeah. Maybe think on what it is.
I'm
that
innocent. What the fuck?
That's what everyone says.
So yeah.
Cool. All right. Okay. So I guess Brian.
Yeah.
Let's hear yours, my man.
So, my good qualities, the first one is ambidextrous.
Okay.
+2 dice when using 2 melee weapons.
Oh, dude, really? That's kind of
Yeah.
cool. So you're gonna have 2 swords? You're gonna be like,
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Just add more dice, baby.
Well, I mean, multiple attacks, like dual wielding, might have rules. I'll look it up for you. Just to
Yeah,
make sure.
but-
Like you might get
yeah,
negatives for whatever reason,
Sure.
but you get 2 attacks, or might
but
just,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
I
I'll
might
look it up.
balance it out. We'll see. That's fine. And then I also took guts. I can reroll 2 dice when resisting fear or intimidation.
No one throws the dwarf. Yeah.
That's right. However, my flaw or negative quality is paranoia. I must re-roll successes, maximum 2, when making social tests.
That's not the worst one I've had so far.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for someone to pick an allergy. I really.
I almost did. It was between paranoia and allergy. For
You have
me,
an allergy to plastic.
honestly.
I was thinking of doing paranoia and have a paranoia of rats just to make sure Eugene has some fun with that.
Nice. All right.
But yeah, I felt like those fit along with my history in the sideshow.
I like it. Yeah, no, that's cool. And Doc, my man, last but not least.
Yo. Okay, so my positive qualities are pretty boring. I took Street Racer, +2 dice for piloting ground +2 dice for piloting ground tests.
Mm-hmm.
So driving anything, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I took Indomitable for vehicle weapons. When attacking with vehicle weapons, I may re-roll exactly 2 dice.
Interesting. Okay, cool. I like it. What are your negative qualities?
This is going to be... So my negative quality is Gremlins. When using high-tech items, always add a glitch die that cannot roll an exploit.
That's awesome.
Meaning anytime I'm using anything technical, I have a chance to crit fail.
Whoa, which is literally all the time.
Yep, that's what I do, and that's why I would much rather work with Clockwork, because that's low-tech.
Whoa. Holy shit, dude. You literally shot yourself in the fucking foot there.
I mean, if I roll a success and I get a 1 on the glitch die, it still counts as a success, but something else bad happens.
Yeah.
And it's a 1 in 6 chance. It's, it'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes.
Jesus Christ. Okay, fuck, man. Like the Sinner and the Gremlins, dude, those two right there are gonna make some interesting
I think the
games.
Sinner is going to be possibly the worst because he's literally broadcasting at all times. I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal.
Yeah, it's like registered sex offender. Tell your neighbors that you stole fucking doubloons from the National Museum that one time. Cool. All right. What's left in character creation?
Right, so I've changed a few things around.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What have you got now?
Okay, so I've gone for performance specialization and got rid of the bargaining.
Okay, so performance. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What are you performing? Like.
Why I'm famous is because I'm in a band.
Yes. All right. There we go. That's why you're known in the club scene. I like it, man. I like it. Okay. What were you, the bassist? What were you doing?
Lead guitarist.
Lead guitarist? Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like it. That's or maybe the singer because you're the face as well.
Or the singer, as long as I don't actually have to fucking sing. Because
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Shadowrun. Like, you're famous, right? You're in a band. You're a singer. Even if you're bad, it doesn't fucking matter because you're famous for it. Like, it doesn't matter.
Auto-tune.
Yeah, exactly. Not so much auto-tune, but think like Guns N' Roses, like, or like Sting or something like just terrible fucking vocalists that just like they play the songs that match. Like, it doesn't matter.
Wait. Are you calling Sting and Axl Rose?
No. Think like they're
That's what it sounded like.
Those two.
They're sort of like the pulpy imaginings of like, the stereotypical rock stars, right? Like in their heyday, sure, they were fucking amazing. But if they got up on stage as old men, they probably wouldn't be able to belt out the fucking stuff that they do now. And that's how
Axl Rose is singing for AC/DC right now, and Sting is still fucking amazing. So
okay,
watch your goddamn mouth. That's all I'm saying.
I'm taking karma away from you. No.
I mean, you could have said like Bob Dylan. I would have gotten that.
Okay,
like,
Bob
he's a
Dylan.
shitty
Right.
singer.
There. I said Bob Dylan. I didn't say anything else. So.
And the other thing I'm going for as well is I'm going to go for Code Slinger as well as the other advantage. Not advantage, quality.
Okay, so you're going to take -2 to hacking?
No, it's the positive.
Oh, right, okay.
Code Slinger is a positive trait.
Right, yes, that's right. There's 3 code slingers in there. Anyway, so what is your negative again?
It is distaste for violence.
That's right, okay, perfect. All right. So now that we've done qualities, by the way, just so you know, you can spend karma later on to remove your negative qualities. Just a heads up.
Henley,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to change my negative trait if that's okay.
Yeah. What are you trying changing it to?
Allergy.
Combat paralysis.
Okay. What does that do?
Act last on the first round of any combat that isn't you specifically initiating an ambush.
Interesting. Like you just slow off the mark?
'Cause I'm slow.
Okay. All right. Everyone done? Cool. All right. Now we assign the armor. So basically this is where you pick what type of armor you want to wear for the rest of the game. You can change it, I guess, at a later point through story manipulation, but basic armor is as follows. If you take light armor, you get an extra skill. So basically trolls have thicker, sturdier hides and metatypes. You get a +3. So, right, to this armor. So, okay, comes in 3 levels: 6 circles, 9 circles, or 12 circles. To obtain armor value 9, you need not do anything, so armor value 9 is the basic one, right? So, armor is, you take damage, it takes away armor before it takes away your health, right? It's literally as simple as that. But it destroys the armor as well. You just repair it later, however you want to do it. If you take 12 circles, you subtract 1 skill point from your selected skills. So you actually go into your skills that you have right now and you remove 1 point from it. But you get an extra 3 circles of armor. Or an extra 4, I guess. So, no, 3. Yeah, 3. Because you are choosing to specialize in heavy combat protection. So you take it out of a skill and you specialize in heavy combat protection. And if you choose armor of 6 circles, you get an extra skill point, which you can put anywhere you want. You can even buy a new skill with it if you wanted to. So there's something to think about. So maybe you, June, if you wanted to, say, also have the ability to cast magic, you could put your armor at 6 and put that extra skill point into casting.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I could do that.
You could, yes. It basically means you're going to travel light armored, and you're going to be more skillful in hindsight. So, who wants to do what? I'm guessing the troll is going to go light armored. So you're going to be at 9 and you get an extra skill point?
Yeah, that was the plan.
Okay.
I don't really plan to get shot at all, so low armor and the additional skill point.
So yeah, you'll be at armor 9 and you get 1 more skill point. So make sure in your armor, just check box all of it, just up to 9. So check all those boxes and then on the bottom just said of 9 instead of 12. So that's like body armor or armored jacket or something like that. Maybe you're like, in an actual like body armor suit or something like that, and you walk around as a fucking big metallic troll. But yours would be like a lined coat or an armored vest, basically at level 9.
Where do we actually put that in?
There's armor up the top next to health, so.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, where would we write in what kind of armor we have, or would
you just write of 9? Yeah. It doesn't matter. Okay. You can just cosmetically say whatever you want.
I will take armor of 6.
Extra skill point? Nice.
And I will add my extra skill point to conjuring.
Doubling down. That still can't go higher than 5. So if it's higher than 5 already, you take that into
it's a base of 4 with a mod of 2 because of my focus.
Yep. All right. Prilo.
I will go with 6. and then put more into sorcery.
6 and put into sorcery?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody take armor to stand up front. Dwarf, you're our only hope. Nice.
So you're taking 12?
Yeah, I'm gonna take 12.
So what skill
Nice.
are you dunking down to take heavy armor specialization?
I am going to pop my athletics down by 1.
Cool. All
Which
right.
makes sense because you're
Makes
wearing a
Yep.
weapon armor.
So make sure you add a new skill called heavy combat protection.
That goes under skills.
Mm-hmm.
What attribute is that under?
It's just a skill that you have. So
Okay, so just heavy armor.
probably strength if I'm going to put put it in there. So yeah.
You said it's heavy armor. What?
It's called heavy combat protection.
Oh, heavy combat protection.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about taking plot armor, if that's possible, though.
Sure. Yeah, you can have rippling abs. That's not a big
I want
deal.
to be Jon Snow and never die.
I mean, you have to die first to never die. So.
Yeah, he did die.
Well, yeah, but he came back.
All
Yeah,
right.
but he definitively did die. I mean,
Spoilers.
And I'm going to assume, James, you're taking 6. Get that extra skill point.
Fuck. Well, I'm sorry. Heavy combat. What?
Protection.
Protection. Sorry.
I'm not gonna go for the extra
Ooh.
skill point.
You're going-
I'm just gonna stick with 9.
Perfect.
Stick with 9 armor
That's a good
and have a trench coat of some sort because
band member.
Shadowrun.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to look the part. Perfect. Excellent. Fantastic. Now, weapons. So, you get, I believe, 1 weapon you can pick from at the beginning of the game. You can pick whatever you want. You just get 1 of them, I believe. Let me just double check. Yes, you get 1 weapon, ranged or melee. And I believe the weapons start on page like 208 or something like that.
206.
206.
It's where the armor was.
Do we only get 1 weapon or 2 weapons?
1.
Okay.
You can buy more later with karma. So let's see. See, this is where your vehicle drone can have a melee attack, right? Doc? So you can
They have a melee attack by default, which is just basically them headbutting stuff and not very effective. But I did get a assault rifle
for the drone
on the Doberman.
Oh, you got 2, didn't you? Yes.
Yeah, I actually bought that with the Shadow Amp.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. Where's your melee weapons? Okay. Okay, swords and axes. So this is strength divided by 2 plus 3. So whatever your strength is, Brian?
Yeah, so damage is 6.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So the way that you work out distance in this game is, see how it says close, near, or far? Basically, near is anywhere from 5 feet onwards to 100 meters. Far is 100 meters up to a kilometer, basically. And if you're, let's say you're using a thrown weapon, right? In close quarters, no problem. You can do whatever you want. When it says okay, that means no penalties whatsoever. If you're throwing that weapon at anywhere between 5 feet to 100 meters, it'll be a -2 to your dice pool. And if it has a dash in it, which it does for far, it means you can't even attempt it. So, for example...
So I got a question.
Yes.
If I were to pick grenades, do I get a shit ton of grenades? or do I just get one grenade?
That's a good. That's a good
You get
question.
you get one grenade. You have to put it back together after it blows up, so you can use it
a
again.
nuke,
Takes 8 rounds of combat to fix it.
I like how the close and near have OKs, but they have asterisks.
Players damaged as well as GM at GM discretion. So, 5 feet. Ting.
Here you go, buddy.
Yeah.
Hold on to this.
Yeah. Hold this landmine for me real quick. The way I'd describe this is, that is a fucking good question because it doesn't say. Let me check.
But the same thing goes with if I had throwing knives or throwing knife. It says, would it be 1?
Let me just double check real quick.
I would assume it would be like you would have a bandolier of a set amount on a mission. So you could bring like, I have 6 grenades, but then once you're out of grenades, you're out of grenades for that mission. And then if we went back to base or whatever, you would be able to.
Yeah, but do guns run out of ammo?
No,
Is there like ammo?
There's no ammo.
No, but grenades do 12 physical damage.
Okay.
If you had infinite grenades, that would be a little bit ridiculous.
Well, I mean, this game is ridiculous as well. Like,
fair.
If you want to, if you want to specialize in like just like having grenades, if you just walk around with a backpack full of infinite grenades.
I was just thinking they're metal, and that's what I could move them with
throw them with.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like fucking telekinese those fucking things like.
But exactly.
So here's the thing.
That's why I was thinking daggers would be cool too, like throwing knives.
Yeah. Let's see here. There's actually like, let me just look this up because I know there's no ammunition for guns. It's whenever it's appropriate. Like for example, if you have a glitch die, and you roll a 1, it could just mean that you're out of ammunition. You know, like that's essentially what that means. Okay. Oh, well, there's the attribute. Jesus, that's annoying. Weapons. The damage they inflict on a successful hit, blah, blah, blah. Weapons are covered in more detail on page 40. Good, let's go take a look. Okay. Okay. So there's no real definitions on close, near, and far. But for example, I'm not going to allow you to throw a fucking grenade a kilometer. You know, that's just not going to happen.
But I can use my telekinesis.
Carry limits.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet I can throw a grenade over the mountains?
Okay. Okay, it doesn't track ammunition, reload speeds, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, it doesn't fucking say. Dude, if you take grenades, they are going to be... here's the thing. You would have to be incredibly particular about how you describe you using a grenade if you don't want your grenades to blow up in your face. Because the way I'm reading it, up to 100 meters, you're going to take damage. Right? Unless you do things to avoid taking damage. So... you know,
what if we used the cost as a base of how many grenades you would have?
What is the cost of it?
So in the 5e, each frag grenade is 100 new yen. And looking at some of the other weapons that are available, like say an assault rifle, the AK-97.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find that again.
But here's the thing, like 8 piercing damage with an assault rifle from a drone.
The AK-97 is 950 again, so he'd probably have about 10 grenades.
Well, okay. Here's what I would say. I am 100% okay with you just being grenades, right? Are you being 100% serious about this, by the way, Prylor, or am I just like fucking talking out my ass? So.
I'm kind of leaning more towards throwing knives, for being completely honest.
So
but I just wanted to know how many I'd
have. Let's just say any projectile weapon, it works the same with ammunition, right? If you get a glitch die in your stuff, which is going to happen, and you roll a 1, you run out of ammunition. Same goes for the amount of throwing weapons you have. But when it comes to how you carry these things, that's the important part, right? You're not just going to, like a bandolier, you can just say, okay, I have maybe, like, I could say that you could theoretically carry 20 on you. You know, like, if you say, I have a backpack, it's stuffed to the brim with grenades. I'd be like, cool. Let's blow up that backpack.
Also setting
somehow.
off every sensor in the town every time you go outside.
Yeah.
Prowler, you ended up going with like the metal specialization, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would just love for him to be able to take grenades that do less damage, but just cause a shit ton of shrapnel. So he can just, no matter where he happens to be, just throws one of those in the first round, and now there's metal fucking everywhere. So sure, it doesn't do crap damage unless someone happens to be standing right on it.
A chaff grenade. He just throws a chaff grenade and
everywhere.
turns all the metal into like fucking blade storm. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, I that's kind of cool. That's one of the reasons why I went with, or am leaning towards the throwing knife, because I can just throw the knife and then grab the knife from someone that I just killed and kind of fling it to another person and kill them as well. So, but yeah, that's a cool idea as well.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing though, guys. You can only have up to 6 weapons on your character, and you buy them with karma, and karma is also how you level up. So you saying you have grenades, that's you saying I have this many grenades, and at the beginning of your mission I'm going to say, how many grenades are you bringing? And then you say, I'm going to bring 12 grenades. And I'm like, okay, how are you carrying 12 grenades? And you say, I carry them like a baby. I'm going to wrap them up in a bag. I get a shopping bag and I carry them with me. I'm like, okay, cool. You have a shopping bag
How do you
with
carry a
12 grenades?
baby?
Like this.
You don't carry
bag?
your babies in shopping bags? That's
I mean,
how I
I do.
carry my babies.
But that's how I'm going to
use a
rule it.
backpack.
Okay, I'm going to ask you before you go in, you know, what you're doing. So if you want to bring grenades, Prylor, fucking take some grenades, man.
So I can have how many weapons?
1.
1. Okay.
Ranged or melee?
Does anyone else want to go while I decide?
I'm going to have melee. It's going to be modified hand razor spur things.
So what, like
so
knuckle dusters?
Kind of. Basically, because my hands are all slothed
It
up.
literally says here hand
Basically,
spurs.
my hands
So.
look like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving the live long and prosper thing with like, yeah. Anyway, so I've got a series of different gloves that I use to be able to like grab things. I have combat gloves that are hardened and armored, so that I can punch or stab with my hands.
Okay, cool. I would be willing to say if you took unarmed combat, I would say that you'd get a +1. So you could just have knives. It'd be the same as a knife.
Just armored glove.
Yeah, or not even like you don't like even if you took them off. You said that you combed out your little sticky things. So theoretically speaking, you could just. I would just say it's unarmed, which is strength divided by 2, +1 piercing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's no different from a knife. So, except it's attached to your body. So. And
So I do 3.
yes, and you just add it to your weapon
Oh,
section
wait,
over
4.
there. Yep.
Yeah, 4. Okay.
All right, James, what are you taking?
I'm not sure because I don't think a weapon. If he's got such disdain for like violence, would he actually have a weapon?
Oh, I mean,
And if it is, it wouldn't be a weapon that he. Well, he doesn't know how to use weapons.
maybe you have a crossbow that you use in your stage shows. You know, like
No, if I'm gonna go anything, I'll go like a katana just to like complete the look.
Or dude,
I mean,
your
you can go with
weapon,
stun
your weapon,
baton or
your weapon could be unarmed combat.
pim slap some hose.
Or a stun baton for safety.
I mean, you could have a taser. Tase the fans.
Yeah,
that get all uppity.
taser would be good. Yeah, that's probably the perfect one.
What about pepper spray?
That's what I was thinking, but I don't think that's on there.
Oh fuck it, you can have pepper spray, man. Like,
I mean, they have trank pistols as a weapon, so.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll go with a taser then. I'll have a taser as self-defense.
yep. So taser / trank pistol is in firearms. So there you go. You can use
6
that.
stun damage.
That's pretty good. In fact, violence is, maybe you look at that as like, well, yours would be like 2 actually, I think, because you have against combat, right? So yeah.
Yep.
Brian, my man, what did you end up picking? You picked an
For
axe.
weapon?
Yeah, you picked a sword, axe,
Yeah, katana.
katana. All right.
Has 6 damage, yeah.
I don't think there's dual wielding in this game, but you picked a thing that had it, so I'm kind of wanting
Do you
to.
have anyone with a gun?
No, I don't think so. Actually, yeah, we have.
What?
drones.
I actually have 2. I have one on my drone and I have one myself.
So why do I have ambidextrous when using 2 melee weapons?
Yeah, that's maybe just flavor it that way,
You get
But it gives me
additional
literally
dice.
plus 2 dice.
Yeah, so I don't think there's anything in here that's like, here's how this is the rule of cool game, guys. So
Okay.
close combat. Let's take a look here. Maybe they have it. I will take a look. Wait. What the fuck? Where is it? Combat. Close combat. Yeah, 32. Why doesn't that fucking... That's so weird. Okay, close combat. Oh, wait. Okay, I see. Close combat. Damage bonus 41. Okay. Doesn't fucking say. So what I'm gonna say is, like, because you say that you have 2 weapons and you have the thing, so you just carry 2 swords, man. Like, that's it. Like, you just get an extra 2 dice when you rolls, which means that you can, do more damage theoretically. So, yeah. Cool. All right. So, guys, we now have gear. So gear for you guys, everyone gets 3 items and 1 contact that they can have. Now, James, did you end up taking additional contacts?
Yeah.
That's an amp. So how many do you have in total?
7.
Plus this one?
Plus this one, yeah, 7.
7, okay. So everyone else gets 1. What did you want to pick? We can
We get one contact. Where do we find contacts?
just a person, man. Make him up.
In your
Oh,
mind.
we just make it up. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. But also gear. So page.
207.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, grenades
Probably-
are listed as gear.
You could probably look at street people and pick some like people from the street people, perhaps, if you're struggling for for contacts.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, just come up with someone who's related to your character. Like maybe you have a drone repairman that you go to who can help you with this sort of stuff, or maybe you have a your manager, for example, James could be one of your contacts. So like there's plenty of stuff like that you can do. So things like fake sin, which I believe Prior Law should have 100%. Oh, they have frag grenades in here? That's great. Okay.
And smoke grenades.
Yeah. Maybe the gear limit is like grenades that you carry. Yeah.
What is NERPS? NERPS.
I didn't realize that was made. What would fake sin actually get me?
A fake sim that can hide your.
Okay, sin is a.
your
Okay.
Yeah, it's an ID.
I gotcha.
Basically.
Yeah,
So-
I gotcha.
I don't know what the fuck NERPS means, to be honest with you.
Do you get 1 year?
3.
3? Okay.
And you get 1 contact, yeah.
That I can make up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A NERP is a new exciting retail product.
Okay, there you go.
Oh,
that
slap
makes
chop.
that makes much more sense now. Okay, cool.
Can I get that step van, the GMC Bulldog step van?
Is that a car?
Do we
Yeah.
need to?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, we do need to. I don't want mine getting shot at.
I mean, you're individual people, guys. If you want to have your own fucking car, you have your own car.
Okay, so the GMC's step van is basically a civilian SWAT van.
Okay. I kind of like the idea of a dwarf on a motorcycle, especially a Harley.
Yeah, you can have that.
Oh man.
There's a trike bike out there as well. It's like a very dwarfy thing to drive on. I can get the name for it in a minute.
But motorbike flavored however you like.
You could always go with the Dodge Scoot.
The moped.
A Segway?
It's smaller than a moped. It's more like a motorized like scooter, like the little aluminium scooter with a whippersnapper motor on it. Yeah.
Great for carrying your infinite bag of grenades around.
Where do we place gear on the sheet, by the way?
Just somewhere.
I just created a new amp and just named it gear, and I'm writing everything in there.
Good call.
You can also add it to weapons if you wanted to.
A guitar.
You want a musical instrument?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so what page was that on? That was on 206, I think.
Cell phone?
Yeah, cell phone's good. Comlink. Bag of smooth rocks.
Yeah, I know. I'm so tempted to just take that.
It's like an RPG where at the start it's like, do you want to take this glowing shiny sword or this mysterious ring that doesn't seem to do anything?
The ring!
Fuck,
The
I want to
ring!
take the ring because I know it's important later.
or this twig that never does anything. We promise you it is just a twig. Give me the goddamn twig right now, bitch! I will murder you and your whole family if you don't give me that twig.
So I'm going to say that your guitar is a keepsake, James.
What's a keepsake?
A memento, heirloom, antique.
Sure.
Yeah. You can use it as a guitar, but, you know, it also comes with sentimental value. So
So a comlink is just, like you said, a cell phone, right?
yeah, basically.
So I see goggles, glasses, and it says like image link, thermographic vision, vision magnification, blah blah blah. Could I have goggles that I wear that would tell me the health condition that someone or something
Nope.
is in?
Dude, come on. Come on. Maybe in the Matrix.
Yeah,
Not here.
if the person was like all cybered up and someone hacked them, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that was worth a shot. I was trying to power game. I learned it from watching Dave.
I learned it from watching you, okay?
Game masters that power game have players that power game.
Hell yeah.
So, my 3 pieces of gear are going to be specialty gloves.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, I got funny hands. I need specialty gloves to help me actually get through things.
Like extra sticky.
Yeah, like grippy gloves or, you know, other gloves for
you put on the glove, it looks like a real hand.
Yeah.
I like that. You just walk around with these fake hands like this, and all they can do is this. Like they're like the claw arm, but like small and like
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Specialty gloves. Stims.
Okay.
And a stuffed animal.
Hell yeah. So it was
Specifically a stuffed tiger from my childhood.
oh.
It's what I use as my focus to summon animals.
Does it squeak?
It used to. Unfortunately, the squeaker is gone now.
Surgically removed or
No, it died and was made of plastic, and it was like a cheapo toy.
I like it. You're making a mockery of this. I love it. Okay.
I mean, come on. What did you expect from me, Henley?
So, Spoody, what are you bringing?
So the first thing that I think is going to be helpful is a signal jammer, area signal jammer.
Interesting. I like it. You're very Shadowrunny. I like it.
Yeah.
Very powerful tool.
The most Shadowrunny motherfucker. So you're saying you're not going to bring a comlink, Eugene?
I only got 3 things. I've made my decision.
I'm sleeping in this sloth bed.
The next thing is going to be a comlink.
Hell yeah.
And then for my vehicle, I want like a child-sized road bike. Right?
I mean,
like
dwarfs.
beefy
I
as
mean,
fuck.
dwarves do
size.
ride full-size bikes.
No, they do. Yeah.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
It's a
How do they
common
reach
thing.
the
Is
clutch?
that it's a common thing of dwarven road gangs in Shadowrun.
Mhm.
They're
How do they reach the
Quite
clutch
often.
though?
They modify the bike
well,
so
the clutch
that they
is
can.
on your left hand.
Or not clutch? What's it called? Shift. How do they shift? Because you
I
shift with
suppose
your
they
feet.
probably have the pegs raised up or something.
They modify the bike so that it will fit you, like
Ah.
they do for trolls for vehicles as well. They'll for
Yeah.
trolls they'll reinforce the seat so when the big bastard sits on it, it doesn't break.
Okay. Yeah. So like a big ass, like maybe an overly big ass road bike then.
Like
Oh.
totally not compensating for anything road bike.
Right. Yeah. You know, like 1500cc engine with big fucking tires and like the front wheels extended out and long ass ape hanger handles on it. You know.
Shatters every window on the block when you start it up in the morning.
Yeah, like if
Oh.
you got fillings like 10 years ago from the dentist, when I ride
They
by,
fall out.
your fillings will just fall out. and it's like your teeth are shattering.
Great. All right. I guess Prilo, what are you ended up going with, man?
Fakes and
Nice.
comlink.
Nice. A stuffed unicorn for masturbation purposes.
Yeah, we never settled on what weapon I was using, but I think I'm gonna go with daggers instead of grenades, just because. Yeah, and then I'm going to get a heirloom or keepsake, which is a vial of mercury.
This motherfucker, a vial of mercury.
That's pretty fucking cool, though.
Just imagine him going full Magneto.
Yeah, you're gonna Alex Mack this bitch pretty soon. Like, I turn myself into a pool of metal and I slide under the door, GM. And it's like, fuck you.
Do we have 3 items?
Yeah.
3 items.
I'm gonna have a fake sin.
Ooh, did you? Okay, interesting.
You got a shady past too?
No, I just know that when dealing with corpse, you probably want more than one identity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyone that didn't buy a sin is considered a probationary citizen. We don't actually have official sins.
So it's going to be interesting because in this game there are 5 countries in the city of Denver. If you want to go across the borders, either you're sneaking across or you're going through a checkpoint. And if you're a registered criminal or a probationary citizen, that is going to be significantly harder to do. A fake sin basically just, sure, come and go.
Unless someone really looks into it.
Yeah. Unless you give them a reason to do it, that is. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I also have my contact.
Sure.
I want to know that.
Yeah, what is it?
His name is Fieldmaster Futpucker. He is of Fieldmaster Futpucker's Fabulous Emporium and Intertwined Time Warp Bubble World, which is the circus that I have my sideshow in. He like runs the whole thing. Love you.
I hope you wrote that down.
How the fuck do you think I remembered that?
All right, Doc. What have you got, my man?
Okay, so I have a GMC Bulldog step van.
Nice.
The wheels of the wheelman part of the gig.
Mm-hmm.
I went with the mechanic toolkit.
Okay,
which
perfect.
is pretty much required for any repairs, including armor repairs. So you're paying me for that.
You're welcome, bitch. 1 karma for repairs. It's like, oh,
yeah.
Shit.
For each point of armor, I repair.
Damn.
I went with a fake license for drones, so I can, assuming nobody looks too hard, have restricted items on my drones, not forbidden items. So, for example, an assault rifle on the drone would be restricted, and because it's not hidden in any way, if anyone saw my drone running around with an assault rifle on it, I get arrested.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the fake license. I can probably get away with it. And for a contact, I went with Old Pete.
Old Pete.
Old Pete. He's a scrapper. He runs a scrapyard.
Okay, fuck yeah. Cool. That's awesome. And James, we got all your stuff, but have you made your 7 contacts?
I'm just doing it right now. Can you just bear with me while
Sure,
I come
yeah.
up some names?
What about Mr. Eugene? What about your stuff, your contact? Maybe a zookeeper?
Well, actually, it was Farseer Susan. She runs the local magic shop and summoning circle down the street.
Do you meet every Wednesday for book reading and stuff?
Yeah,
Yes.
we get together. We have some tea. It's really nice. And frankly, I don't appreciate the tone and the look that you're giving me right now, sir.
No, it's fine. You're allowed to have a place of respite from the savage world of Shadowrun. So, okay. Prior, did we get a contact from you?
What would my contact be limited to?
Your imagination.
Could I have someone in law enforcement?
Yep.
That helps me out.
Yep.
I'll name them Garrett. I don't know their last name yet, but
Williamson.
Williamson. All right, Garrett Williamson.
Detective Williamson. Come on.
Yeah.
Detective Willie. So what is he to you?
He helped me. He's helped me get out a few jams, and he
Does he have
possibly
an elf
help me.
fetish? Why is he doing this? Because you're asking an awful lot from an NPC. So why is he so willing to help you? Because out of all the NPCs so far, yours is the one that has actual benefit. Yeah. So what exactly does he get out of this arrangement? Everything has a cost, man.
Yeah.
So.
I haven't thought of that yet. And
so here's the thing. This is an adult channel. So if you want for this to be a sexual transaction, that is 100% okay with me. So, because I don't have any problems or qualms with you guys doing that sort of stuff. But if you also wanted it to be something like inherently, I mean, you're not very skilled yet, right? So the thing that you can offer him, you don't have a lot of money, you don't have a lot of contacts. What exactly are you offering a law enforcement agent in order for you to skirt the pitfalls of having a registered SIN card as a criminal? Because that's essentially what you're asking this NPC to do, right?
Yeah.
That's a big ask.
Big.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you can have it. You just got to give me something in return.
I don't know what to offer quite yet, or what I like. Like you said, I don't have much to offer.
Well, he could be family, as mentioned in the chat. But at a certain point...
I was thinking a family friend, but...
A family friend... No, there's no... Okay, here's the thing, right?
Like a very...
He's giving up... He's, going against his job to help a registered SIN criminal escape prosecution. And he's probably done this more than once. So give it a thought. It could be anything, but it would have to be like... If you said it's a family friend, I would say then you've probably used up all of your favors for him, and he's going to ask something in return going forward, and then I'll decide what that might be. If it's something transactional in nature, maybe you bring him dope or something like that. That's another thing we can talk about. So just give it some thought, because depending on your answer, if you say, oh yeah, he's my brother, I'll be like, okay, your brother fucking hates you. Fucking hates you. Like abysmally so, because he has to keep bailing your ass out. Things like that. I'm going to give it some thought as to what you actually want that relationship to be. So,
if I may, just throwing it out there, Prowler, what are those people that they call that like help bring people from like Mexico over the border into the States?
Coyote.
So Coyote, thank you. So like there's a lot of borders, and you have a SIN already, right? So maybe it's someone that helps you sort of travel, like a transactional thing, like Dave was saying, someone that helps you get around without getting messed with. I don't know.
Well, so far you guys haven't had to leave the United Canada American States section. It's a very big quadrant of this place, and it's where all the gang stuff has happened. But you guys have stepped away from gangs right now. Like, you're stepping away from gangs. You're wising up, right? Gang life isn't for all of you, and you're moving into running the shadows. So,
okay, I'll think on it just a little bit more. If you do you have anyone else that need to contact, or is it just me?
I think the last person that we need to talk to is James, but he's got to make a whole 7 people. So
done.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. James, let's hear your 7 dudes.
Okay, club owner,
Okay, sure. What's his name?
Charlie Hall. Called
Yeah. All right. I like it. What is he? Like an
fixer.
elf?
He's probably just human.
I like the idea that he might be an
He's-
orc as well. Like he's just like, whoa, what up?
He's I'd say he's perhaps like, that's not probably his real name.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's
Interesting.
like a nickname.
Is it because he's got, big horns?
He does Charlie, and he gets a horn after doing the Charlie.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Interesting. All right. What's the next one you got?
A fixer.
Mm-hmm.
He's just called Mr. Cleaner.
Is he bald and very pale?
Whoever. He just, that's his name. That's his nickname, street name.
Okay. And what is your relationship to him?
Well, he sometimes throws me jobs, or at least gets me in contact with the right people in regards to that. And obviously, he takes his cut.
Okay.
A porn star. Mary Mellons.
These are incredibly British. I love it. All right. Yeah. Mary Mellons. All right. What is she like an old fling romance?
No, she probably just appeared once in a video or something, or
Like you used her in a video clip?
Yeah.
Is this have you guys had sexual intercourse before?
Maybe.
I mean, you let me know because I need to know what type of relationship this is that you have. So,
If it is, it's just like fuck buddies, if anything.
and she's a porn star. I assume that if she fell for you, that would be weird. But we can maybe make that happen. I don't know. Will depend. If here's the thing, James. If you don't give me concretes about these characters, I'm going to fill the blanks. And
That's all right. That's fun.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. Who else you got?
I've got a songwriter.
Who
his
you
name's
buy your
Christopher
songs
Gibbs.
from?
Yes.
You claim them as your own, and they're like all written by this dude. Okay, cool. What's his name?
Christopher Gibbs.
Gibbs. Okay.
I've got a lawyer.
Nice. Is he scummy as fuck?
William Spencer.
Man, I was thinking of like, the fucking
Sal.
Saul.
Better Call
yeah,
Saul.
Yeah. Saul Goodman.
Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I did struggle coming up with names.
Yeah. Is he the type of lawyer that would represent criminals?
Yeah. If the pay's right, probably. I mean, we could scum him up a bit if you want to make him.
Yeah. He's an
scum him up
ogre.
a bit.
Yeah. It's like, don't say anything. I'm here. Puts down his briefcase, which is like half the size of him, and just like opens it up
He's in
with
a
these
suit.
big,
He's in a
huge
suit.
shoulders. It's just like pulls out a little stack of paper. It's like, all right, what are we here for? Yeah, I like it. It's perfect. All right, what else you got?
A bouncer.
Okay, why have you got a contact for a bouncer? Like, is there a particular reason for this, or like?
I was going to go for bodyguard, but I thought bouncer would perhaps be a bit more useful.
Okay. I mean,
you
you could literally have anything. You could have like a fucking like a loan shark. You could have anything. I'm wondering why you went something as small as a bouncer though. Because that's like really, really small time. And considering that you're the face of the group, you could just like okay, here's the thing. You have the famous thing, right? So by process of elimination, bouncers just know you. Right? So
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So maybe
Well,
one of your contacts could be someone further up. Like maybe you know someone in the armed forces. Maybe you know someone who's like for example, a huge fan of yours that also happens to run a megacorporation. Like, things like that. Like, think outside the box. You're a face of the group. You can have anything you want.
Okay. All right. I'll give you 2 more in a bit.
All right.
I did have them done.
What's the other one? The last one?
It was going to be my manager,
Yeah.
but I just deleted it.
I mean, manager's fun. He
called
could be the guy that's just like
She.
Oh, interesting. And
Yeah,
this is your romance.
Paula Halls. I don't know.
Is that the porn star or like Paul the Dingus?
I can come up with better names when I'm not like.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, sure.
I can come up. I mean, okay.
Yeah. So having a manager is pretty cool because whenever I have like a person who's like a rock star or whatever in a game, I always make the managers just like so eager to please them that they just become like a gopher at certain points, like.
What about Lone Star? Is Lone Star in Denver or is that Seattle only?
Yes. I want to say
So
yes.
what about if I know someone in Lone Star?
Oh yeah, and what's the relationship there?
He's a fan.
Okay, and what is he? Well, I mean, like, how much of a fan are we talking here? Is he willing to break the law? Fan? Is he willing to make certain one-night benders of you stealing someone's car and crashing it into a pole go away?
Yes.
Sort of fan? Okay.
Yes.
Just so you know, everything has a price. I've said this before. So him being a fan also means that he has a certain level of fandom that you might be completely uncomfortable with.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he probably knows where I live.
Yeah,
and
he
being part of the police
Oh yeah,
force.
no, he knows, like, he uses his powers as a policeman to know things about you that ordinary citizens would not.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially even blackmailing you for things. So just keep that in mind. So it works both ways. Prylor, my man. Tell me about this detective.
So, Detective Garrett, I saved his sister, his younger sister Ashley, who was had a hit out and a contract out for her, and I happened to be there.
Did you take the contract
interview
and then like maybe fight the other assassins? What does that look like?
That could be an angle for sure. I like that actually.
Like
perhaps I would. Yeah, I was going in and
like okay, I like that.
And I grew a conscience for a second, and
maybe she's really pretty.
Really pretty, yeah. That could be the case as well.
Sucker for a fine lady.
And I murdered every last one of them. And
what was your weapon that you picked?
Dagger.
Okay, interesting.
And maybe a bit too loudly, and caused a huge commotion, and that's why I was completely, noticed, and the reason why I'm on the criminal database.
And what he reduced your sentence to the point where you would only get off with a criminal history, not enough sufficient evidence, that sort of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the actual favor has been done.
Yeah.
And you asking him for additional things means there's additional things that need to be done, right? But you know someone in there of a higher rank. So, okay. Now, is this a Lone Star or is this border security? This would probably be Lone Star if what you're saying is true. Lone Star's like the perpetual police force in this world, so...
I would go with that. I'm not... Like I said, I don't know much about the system or the world quite yet, so I'll leave that to you.
Cool. I like it. All right. Well, make sure you write all this down on your character sheet.
Yep.
James, you got 2 more. Any ideas? Or you want to leave them blank and we can come back to them at some other point?
Can I do that? Can I leave them blank?
Yeah, we can leave them blank. Yeah, but...
All right.
But as long as you promise me that it's not going to be one of those things where it's like, actually, I have 2, social circles left, and I happen to know that man, Dave.
All right, so we can't do that. All right, then. So don't worry about
Just, you have a week, right? You have a week, so take your time with it. So, that's where we'll go with that. I don't think there's too much more to do here, gentlemen. I think we pretty much knocked it out, and that took a lot longer than I thought it would. So we won't get time to do our little thingamabob. Cues. Okay. These are phrases that can be bold statements a character might make in a given situation, or it would spark an idea which a character might leap. When creating cues for your character, use the same method you use for generating your character theme. Jot down different phrases, sentences, or saucy, juicy words that sounds like something you would say would be fun to say during the action of the game. Then you can use these to use the list to zero in on the best cues. I don't understand why we need cues, but okay. Each player can write down 2 or 3 or more cues based on your character theme. You can select some or none and take them to the craziest cues to prove interesting in your character's personality under the right circumstances. So basically, these are things that you can use in the heat of, like, let's say everyone gets 3 cues, right? These are statements, like, something maybe your character might say, like a catchphrase or whatever. And these cues represent what your character would do in a given situation. So you can use it to say, like, I would have prepared this, or this is something that I would have done ahead of time, or these are things that I would not have overlooked, things like that, right? If I say that, you forgot to lock the door of your house, well, then you could go back to your cue saying, like, my character is incredibly paranoid and nothing stands in my way. So theoretically speaking, you could just nullify the idea of someone breaking into your house because your door was unlocked, right? These are things that basically sum up your character in a way. So everyone can have 3. There's a section on your sheet for cues. So plot directives. So everyone write down 3 cues, just whatever you'd like. Maybe something like, like, for example, Prylaw, a good one for you, as mentioned, sucker for a pretty lady, right? So maybe you would go out of your way to make, contacts with people who happen to be pretty and of the lady variety. Things like that, right? Eugene, maybe furry might be a perfect one for your character. But yeah, anything you guys write down will be good, and we'll approve them as a group, I guess.
It was 3 cues?
3 cues, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking for one, let's go wild. The combination of battle adrenaline, summoning spirits, and using stims in combat.
So maybe I like the idea that you're down to do damage and stuff like that. Like when it comes to, like, whether you would sit on your hands and think about a situation, or maybe react and just do a thing, you'd probably more likely just do a thing, by the sounds of it.
Yeah. My character, is kind of slow moving and isn't, terribly, quick. Mm-hmm. But when it comes time to do stuff, it's not, oh, let's think about the best action. It's, yeah, let's fuck some shit up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I have mine.
Oh yeah, what are yours?
Okay, so I got get in, sit down, shut up, and hang on.
Drive quickly, drive fast.
Yeah, I drive. Just shut up and let me drive. Don't fucking touch anything while I'm driving.
Perfect. All right. What's your other ones?
I can fix that. He's not just, oh, your thing got broken, I can fix that. It's also like, oh, there's a broken thing on the side of the road. I can fix that. I'll take it home with me.
Yep.
And finally, and it has to be said like this every time, beep boop, motherfucker.
Elaborate.
What he's like, You're sneaking up on Dexter, but with a drone. It's going to sneak up and shoot you while you're...
So you got like a loudspeaker on your thing. It's just like, surprise, motherfucker. Like, and then just like AK just go. I like it.
Pretty much.
Yep. Perfect. Anyone got some more?
Where are we putting these?
Just on your character sheet and plot directives. Just on the bottom there.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can every time I burst through a wall, can I go, oh yeah, like the Kool-Aid Man?
So, or are you prone to making your own entrances?
Well, yeah.
So let's say that oh yeah is you attempting to like maybe do the cool thing like jump through a window or break down a door or something like that instead of going through it normally. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. I like it. Anyone got any more?
Yeah, I'll take your sucker for pretty lady because that goes into that the story. And I'll go with prepper. I go over my gear repetitively before we go into battle or anything like that. I'm very anal and make sure I have everything.
Are you the type of guy that like you open up your tool pack and like the knife is slightly misaligned, so you like put it like upright?
Yeah, and then I count them again, and then roll it up, and then I'm like, did I? Shit! And then I unroll it and count them again, and just make sure everything's ready to go.
Perfect.
Then overkill. I was gonna say that I go a little too far when I get into combat and just want to, excessively kill people.
Double tap.
Yeah.
I like it. Yep. Cool. All right, Eugene, you got two more.
You're going too fast. I am uncomfortable in fast-moving vehicles.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Right.
James, you got any to add?
I think I thought of two, but
Okay,
I just need
let's hear
to.
'em.
I'm just trying to think of the words. So I'm always immaculately dressed and always immaculately clean. Do you know what I mean? I'm always prim and proper and.
I like the idea that this means that say you're in an explosion or something like that. You spend the next couple of minutes like brushing off the dust off your suit or something like that to look proper. Like your appearance is everything. There you go. What about that?
Okay, that's it.
Yeah. What's the second one that you got?
I was gonna go with the ladies' man again, but not just ladies. As long as they're beautiful.
There you go. As long as they're beautiful, like that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So, like, is it like do you have a particular direction you like to go? Like, are you into elves or like what do you got?
Casting a wide net into a shallow pond.
If I put in front of you a very awkwardly attractive troll?
They exist.
Sure. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's a connoisseur of beauty. He's got to taste all kinds, Dave.
For some reason, I'm just imagining you as like, yeah, I used to be a singer of a punk rock band, and now I'm a model photographer.
Now I'm Harmony.
Is it free?
Yeah, three of them, yes.
The other one I was thinking is like run for cover.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh
You know
God,
what?
not the face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
maybe
the
not
face.
the face. Not the face.
Okay, well, here's what I would do. As long as you guys keep acting on this, I would say that say in the time where you get ambushed or something like that. If you say, my guy would just like go for cover, I would say that your priorities would skew that you would probably be in cover within that situation somehow. Like you would just that's what I mean. Like these plot directives, you can use them in ways to just sort of like make a thing happen. But it also allows me to make cool things happen to your character that you want to see happen to your character, right? So if, for example, Sucker for a Pretty Lady, like I can just imagine you and Prylor fighting over this fucking attractive like human female that shows up because, or you're both willing to like do everything for her and it makes the rest of the group uncomfortable.
I think my character goes more for like the unnatural beauty, maybe. You know, sort of like almost ethereal. I know what's the word I'm looking for. Like, I don't know the word I'm looking for.
I mean, if you just whatever you find attractive, I'll just say, you know, you don't necessarily have to specify it. Like if I put like a for example, a very slender orc in front of you, but she's like maybe like all she does is run, right? She's a runner and she's built up this runner's body, and you could just be like, you know, like you just be like, So as long as you act on these plot directives or these cues, right? That's when they become interesting. So I'm happy with that.
What about the sort of like run for cover one or whatever, or not the face, whatever we're going to call it?
Not the face, yeah. Not the face is good. Like maybe instinctively that would give you like an advantage to get into cover in ambushes and stuff like that. But as long as you keep playing to this cue, it'll keep being relevant, right? So, you know, yeah. All right, Eugene, you had one more, my man. What are you picking?
Working on it.
Is that it, or is that
pretty
like...
good? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And what does that represent for your character?
Well, a couple of things. You know, I was trying to get to some approximation of, yeah, I'm working on it. God damn it, I'm not terribly good with my hands. What with the weird ass hands and shit. Mm-hmm. Also, I'm not very smart, and you know, not terribly well suited apparently to be a Shadowrunner. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
I don't think any of us are. Except maybe Spoot.
I think. But yeah, the main thing is high pressure, high speed situations. I would be the guy where they're
so sloth-like. It's crazy right now. Like I can see.
You know, like they're the guy like, hey man, we gotta go. The cops are coming. I'm working on it.
Yeah. All right. Cool. And given situations like this, as long as you guys keep playing to these traits and stuff like that, I mean, it's not necessarily in the book, but I'm fucking more than willing to give you guys karma for just like playing up these stereotypes that you guys have. So even if it's like a negative one that you guys take, like for example, James's one, not the face, is, you know, giving him like an advantage in combat to a degree. As long as you guys play this up, I'm gonna reward you guys. That's just how this shit goes, because that's my idea of fun role playing. Brian, what are yours, man?
Muted.
So I've got the one. I've got two more, and honestly,
what was the first one you got?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, your entrances make a big difference. Yeah, you come in through doors and shit. Yeah.
I may have to think about these during the week, honestly.
So what do you? I mean, like, because you've got to maybe let my swords do the talking or something like that. Like maybe, you know, you're quick to pull steel. You know, like.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm quick though. I don't know. If you'll let me, I'd like to spend a little bit more time with them.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You could have a short temper.
Oh,
that's not bad, man. That's pretty good, actually.
That's pretty good.
Because you're a dwarf.
God damn it, Doc.
I like that. That's that's pretty fucking funny, actually.
Or short fuse is, I don't know.
Short fuse, yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, I'll send it to you in Discord, man.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Oh, as long as you write it on your sheet, that doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I can do that.
Uh-huh. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much character creation. It took a lot longer than I was expecting, to be honest with you, but I think we made some pretty good characters. The last thing you guys need to do is come up with some character names. You can send it to me over the week. Don't necessarily do it now, and I'll update the sheet, and we'll get to playing next week. Should be good.
Shit, man, that was the first thing I came up with.
What's your character's name then?
Mouse.
Damn. Okay. I like that. I like that.
He's a 9 foot tall, 400-pound troll. Mouse.
Yeah.
That is perfect.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's call it a show and do some shout outs. Mr. Eugene, Sloth King. What up, sir? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Kind of exhausted. Very similar to good buddy James down there. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. If we don't avoid, or rather, if we avoid killing each other and don't, get murdered by some.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad you didn't take an
Shadowrun.
infinite bag of grenades, probably. Like, I could have made a very short campaign.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, battle plan throw Prylor at the enemy was percolating in the brain. I'm not gonna lie.
Throw them in the enemy and shoot the backpack. Whoa.
With a bag full of grenades, I'm not even sure I have to shoot the backpack. They'll
True.
shoot you
Exactly.
with the grenades anyway. But no, I think this is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm
So,
with you, man.
Looking
I'm
forward
with
to
you.
it.
Spooty McFruity McTootie, sir. Hello.
I'm pretty excited. I think this is, like Eugene was saying, I think it's gonna be really fun. I'm excited to hop into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Should be a good time.
I agree 100%. Where can people
And I
find
am
you?
exhausted as well. I've been up for 20 hours now.
Damn,
Yay.
dude. Damn. Where can people find you, Spooty?
You can find me here on Mondays for Vampire the Masquerade,
Mm-hmm.
and then Thursdays here. You can also, I am sometimes randomly right now streaming on Twitch. Once I get a more regular schedule going, that will be posted.
Mhm.
And I also have a podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes called Motion Sickness the Show. It's where my dad and I discuss the weird and ridiculous history of law. So it's pretty good.
Nice. James CUK, my man. The face
Hi.
of the party. What up?
The very tired face, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you can follow me at twitch.tv/JamesUK, where I play lots of different things, mainly role plays and board games. I also have a YouTube channel. You can find all the stuff in the description on my channel. It was my birthday. It's now officially not my birthday because no one's time zone is now past.
It's still 5 here.
Okay. It's still my birthday. Hey!
Longest birthday ever, man.
You got
Jeez.
15
Yeah.
minutes
Yeah.
where I'm at.
That's good. That's good. Other than that, thanks for watching.
Sweet.
I'm fried.
You sound it. Doc, my man, how you doing?
Yo, how you doing? I think this is going to go fucking horribly, and everything's going to go wrong, one thing after another. It's going to be beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be
As long
so
as my
good.
face isn't touched, I'll be alright.
Not
Yeah.
the face. Yeah. Awesome. No board games with Beta Bros this week because
No, that Henley guy's got some marriage bullshit he's trying to do. I don't know what it is.
sorry, Jesus.
So inconsiderate.
So inconsiderate. Think of the board games. Nice. And last but not least, we have Mr. Prylor. What up, sir? How you doing?
Yo. Yeah, you can find me as Prylor on Twitch and Prylor_TV on Twitter. I do play video games on the Twitch and stream. I haven't been doing it as much lately because I've been trying to get enough money to go to TwitchCon by other means. So,
Sucking dick. What?
yeah, no. But yeah, I play a few tabletops here now. Play what's it, Seventh Seas, and now Shadowrun here. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Nice. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the character creation episode of our new Shadowrun game. It's gonna be fucking excellent. I'm really excited to see the shenanigans that you guys get up to, and next week we'll definitely come up with a reason as to why you goobers are all together. So, but if you haven't already done so, guys, consider following the channel, and if you're feeling real saucy, why not subscribe? Get access to the cockpit and the best emotes on Twitch, as well as instant VOD access and all that fun stuff. What's going on? This is going to be pretty much the last stream for me this week. But right after this, we're probably going to turn on some Die Party replay. And then on Sunday night, we got Die Party Embers, the second episode for that. And next week, I'm not going to have any daily streams. I have family visiting all the way from Australia. In case you don't know, I live in Poland. So that's a long fucking way to go. So I'm going to spend my days with them and my nights rolling dice with you nerds. So, should be good. Should be good. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. That's where we're going to leave you. Remember, 6 dice in every trait. And then maybe you might beat me. We'll see. Good night, everyone.